Hi, my name is Paul Grogan, and this video is a little bit of an experiment. I've never done anything like this before, but on Friday night, 5 friends came over and we were learning how to play Escape Plan from Untitled Chapter. It's a game that I've been working on the rulebook for the last few weeks, and friends came round to basically try and learn the game from the rulebook, basically to test the rulebook, which is something that I believe is a good process in rulebook writing. I decided to video the game, mainly so that the designer could watch the game back and just make sure we were playing correctly. But I've decided that I'm going to upload this video to YouTube. Now, be prepared. The video isn't great quality. I basically just, set the camera up in a certain position on the board. I changed the resolution of the camera to low so that hopefully it would get the entire footage onto the memory stick, and it didn't. Unfortunately, it only filmed about 2.5 hours. So the game takes place over 3 days, and the video almost gets you to the end of day 2. I'm just letting you know in advance what it is. This is just 5 friends of mine around my house learning how to play Escape Plan, me teaching them a bit at the start, but then trying to just see how they get on from the rulebook. But if it's of any interest to you and you want to know a little bit more about the game in this stage, then the video might be for you. So enjoy. Right, so the plan is for tonight that the game is finished, okay? There's no changes going to be made to the game, so if you find a part of the game isn't working and you've got any suggestions about what rules, right, forget that, not interested. The game's finished. The graphic design is, I think, 100% done. But, they may make a little tweak.
I like it.
What we're testing tonight is we're testing that the rules that have been written are actually workable. They meet the requirements of a rulebook, which is, are you able to play the game correctly from the rulebook? So, the way this is going to work, or this is my idea of how this is going to work, is I'm not going to say anything, right? Mm-hmm. Ian's had a good look through the rules. Josh has read through the rules. Robert's read through the rules.
No, I've read through a bit of the
rules. You've read through the rules. You haven't, but between you, hopefully, you will be able to play the game without any assistance from me. That is the dream situation, because that means we've done a good job at writing the rules. It's not going to happen, right? You're going to find something where you'll do something. I will probably spot that it's wrong. Okay. I will wait a few seconds for somebody else to jump in and go, are you sure that's right? Because I read this in the rules, or whatever. There'll probably be a few of those situations. If, of course, somebody does something that's wrong and nobody else says anything, I will then jump in, because I want you to play the game correctly.
And you will then know that
and I will then know that
has an area where it wasn't
3 people have read it and everybody's got it wrong. At that point, the rules need to be rewritten. Mm-hmm. You do have player aids in front of you. Okay, they are 2-sided. There's a lot of information on those player aids, and it's not correct. I'll tell you that now. These player aids are not the final player aids. They were done very quickly because he needed to get me a copy. So there's a few bits on there where the terminology is not quite right, so don't worry about that. Like one thing I found today is on there, it refers to heliports and helipads, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The rule book has heliports
yeah.
and helicopter location. It doesn't have helipads in the rule book. We're going to change the rule book so that there's a helicopter location and helipads.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to use heliports and helipads because people will just get confused.
Yes.
Right, so the player aids are good, but there's a couple of bits on there where it isn't 100% perfect, so don't worry about that. It is a Untitled Chapter game, so there's wheels within wheels, and there's lots of, obviously, complexity in the game. It is lighter than his other games.
Which isn't saying much.
And I've done the setup. Now, the setup in the rulebook, ideally I would just give you the box and let you follow it through, but I've already done that twice. Right, somebody's been through the setup. Paul went through the setup himself on Wednesday and he set the game up from the rulebook, and then he took the game to the club and he set the game up again from memory without the rulebook.
Okay. And
he got most of it right. The only bit he got wrong is he was putting the black cubes on here, and then when there wasn't enough he said, oh, there isn't enough black cubes, and I went, no, you put your coloured cubes on there, not your black cubes. So the setup has been done. But what I'm going to do is I'm now going to talk for a little bit and go through the bits for the benefit mainly of Mark and, well, actually for everybody, because you've read the rules, but you didn't see any of the components.
Yeah.
So what we have is we have the board, right? The board is going to be made up of city tiles. These are the 2 starting city tiles. Each tile has a mixture of different terrain types. So there's residential, which is green, industrial, which is black, commercial, which is grey, and water, which is blue. You can call them black, grey, green and blue, right? It's just that's the thematic explanation. Within each tile is a number of locations. So there is 1 location on this tile, which is the hospital. There are 2 locations on this tile, okay? And you'll see that a location is adjacent to multiple, I think these are called land spaces, okay? The game plays over 3 days, and each day is a round. And there's stacks of tiles there which are seeded, so this is the A stack, the B stack, the C stack and the D stack. The top one is always visible, and every round one of those, the top tile from each stack will come into play. So that's effectively the game timer. The city will be revealed gradually as the game goes on. The meeples are the cops, okay? So you've got, I think, local police force, which are the blue ones, doesn't matter. Red ones, which are the federal police force, and the black ones, which are the SWAT team. Okay. What I did is I took out from the bag, right? I took out 2 meeples for each city tile. Any tiles that had 2 of the same on, 1 went back into the bag. Okay. I sent Vittel a photo of this, and he went, "Oh, you've made the game really easy, right?"
Yeah.
Because out of the 5 tiles, 3 of them had duplicates. Okay, that means there's going to be less cops on the board, which means it's going to be slightly easier. And he was trying to persuade me to make it harder, and just, but no, that's fine.
Okay, interesting.
So, I mean, I haven't mentioned the theme of the game, but there's been a bank robbery. You're all bank robbers. You've robbed a bank. You got away with it.
We can call ourselves Mr.
Yes, you can.
The colour of your shirt, if you like. Or the colour of your
Well, I love going through it, reading all the quotes.
Yes,
No first names. There were a few of the quotes that weren't attributed, though. I did notice
Yes.
that. I'm sure that's being sourced.
Right, and then all of a sudden, the police get a tip off. So clearly, one of you has snitched. So fingers are pointed, accusations are made, and then you all have
Kneecaps are
a
sharp.
big falling out with each other. You all go your separate ways. And basically, you've got 3 days to leave the city. But you can only leave the city on day 3. You're not allowed to leave on day 1 and 2. So you've got to spend as much time as you can recovering as much of your money as possible, and then you get out of the city on day 3. If you don't manage to get out, and there's a couple of reasons why you wouldn't be able to get out, then you're out the game. So unless you leave the city, you cannot win the game. And if you do leave the city, well, you will add up your points, which is how much money you've recovered, and the one with the most will win. And there's lots of ways of getting money. There is a score pad somewhere. I'll get it later. It's in the box. Now, the other thing I've set up that I haven't done is these cards. These are the patrol cards, and there's 6 of them. There's 2 for exit 1, 2 for exit 2, and 2 for exit 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay.
So there's new shuffling.
One's missing.
One removed.
One's removed.
One's missing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, one's missing.
the box.
Yeah, could you have a look through the box and find that? Because what's going to happen?
The galleries.
Is it the one that says the gallery?
It's the one that says the galleries, yes, that's the one. It's in the galleries box. Have a look through to see if you can find a police card. I really hope you can.
What do they look like?
They look like that. They've got a walkie-talkie on the back.
With the word police written on it.
Would have been mixed in with
The back is completely different. So.
Because we took it out on Wednesday and we put it in the box, and then at the end of the night I remember getting it again. But it didn't there.
What's on the other side? Was it the one?
Well, I don't want to show you in case I can't find it.
We said there was 2 1s, 2 2s, and a 3.
Yeah, but you don't know which one's missing. And the one that's missing is really important. So if we can't find it and nobody's seen what's on the other side, then we're okay.
Maybe we can fake it with some...
Well, we don't need to. As long as nobody saw what was on the other side of those, we're okay. I have removed one at random, but nobody knows what it is.
Okay. In the bin.
The fact that I've lost it doesn't matter. Right,
Is it
okay.
actually chocolate or is it something different?
It's been
It's
chocolate.
actually
It's chocolate on
chocolate.
Wednesday. So what's going to happen is each round, 2 of these cards are going to get revealed. So on round 1, 2 cards will be revealed. On round 2, 2 cards will be revealed. On round 3, the 1 remaining card will be revealed. Basically, the one that's been removed is the only exit that will be open on day 3. Okay, so there's 3 exits, and the police are locking down those exits. And on day 3, only one of them will be open, but you won't know which it is until probably day 3.
Okay.
And then that's the exit that you need to leave by. Okay? Right, what else have we got? We have here turn order, right, which has been randomly decided.
First.
We have the notoriety track, and everybody starts on 1 notoriety. Notoriety will go up or down, depending on what you do. Going up, there's a benefit to doing it, but there's also a penalty. Okay? And also notice, when you see the money, the banknote symbol, with a red box with a number inside, that's negative points at the end of the game. So you will lose points at the end of the game the higher your notoriety is. Okay? This is the turn tracker. Okay? So each day is split into 5 parts. You have morning, afternoon, evening, night and dawn. And that will be used to track the time. These are gang members. These are going to be white meeples in the game. So every time you see a white meeple symbol, it's one of the Dungeon Lord's imps. We'll come on to the gangs in a minute. This is the convenience store. The convenience store, there is equipment that you can buy. There's gas cans that you don't have to buy. Whenever you go to the store, you just pick one up and carry it around with you. And also, in America, convenience stores have lockers. And in the lockers is some of your hidden money. So basically, when you go to one of the lockers, you will rummage through these tiles and there'll be money on the other side. We'll come on to that in more detail later on. These are the contact cards. They're kind of like business cards for contact. When you get one of these, you put it on your player board from left to right. You can only put it on an empty space, and at the moment you've got these asset tiles on these spaces, so they are locked. And if you look, you'll see a note with green number on it. So the more cards you have on your player board at the end of the game, the more points you'll get.
Cards and assets, or just cards?
Cards.
So replace. You want to try and replace
You
these?
want, you want to get that off first,
Yeah.
and then put the thing on it.
Okay.
Oh, they're different. Each got different
It
orders.
doesn't matter.
No.
These three, everybody has those 3 in the
Okay,
top,
same.
the order doesn't matter, and everybody has those 3 in the bottom, the order doesn't matter. These are locked asset tiles. This is your unlocked asset tiles, and you have 1. So you cannot use them until you have unlocked them. This is your first aid tile, these are your wound cubes, these are your notoriety cubes, these are your gang control markers, which is why I've put that one on a base, because that is your actual player pool. In the final version of the game, that will be a different piece to that, but because I didn't have a different piece in the colours. So this is you, right? This is your rest token, which is sun side up and moon side up, and it starts sun side up. These are your income cubes, and this is your income track. And handcuff cards, exit cards.
Notoriety cubes.
Yeah, notoriety cubes. Exit tiles, there's 2 stacks. What's in that stack is exactly the same as what's in that stack. You've got your duffel bag to hide your money. And I think that's everything from setup. So that's, oh no, sorry, the businesses. Right, there's 6 businesses in the game, divided into the purple ones and the blue ones. There's the casino, the bar, the restaurant, the gymnasium, the nightclub, and the art gallery. You have invested some of your money into those businesses. So you robbed the bank, and then you went somewhere and you gave them 10 million or 20 million or whatever. So you have invested some money in the businesses. There are also 3 safe houses, which you can visit during the game. And there are also keys, and keys come in one of 3 different colours. Green, black and brown, which correspond to the colours of the lockers. Okay? What else have we got? Oh, we got the fixer tiles. Now the fixer tiles are interesting because they are placed face up on the fixer space, and that is because whenever you get a fixer tile, you choose whichever one you want. Okay? It's the only thing in the game which isn't shuffled and placed face down. They are face up. And finally, the escape plan cards. Everybody gets an escape plan card. There's this many available, except these are wrong. So, thanks to Ian, he's printed off some new ones. Right? So everybody gets an escape plan card. Keep this secret from the other players. Everybody's is different. Okay? And I will explain quickly or does somebody else want to explain what's on the escape plan card? We can see through that, just in case it matters.
This shows where our money is sort of hidden, isn't it?
Yeah.
For each player.
So you should have 3 sections on the card.
safe houses, and the two different locations. Each one will have each section will have two with a monetary value, and they all add up to 150. Yeah. And one with a little symbol. If you
little green dollar symbol.
Yeah, little green symbol. If you go to the location that has the symbol, you take income, and if you go to the other ones, it's income, end game scoring.
It's not income.
It's not income, but it's end game scoring. End game scoring, yeah.
The green ones.
No, the
So
green ones.
I think if you go to the one which has the dollar symbol among the first three things, that means that you retrieve some of your capital that you invested in that business, and that will decrease your income.
Yes.
For the rest of the game, because you're no longer earning earning income from that business. So you're taking capital out of. So the three ones with the dollars are the three things that you've invested capital in.
Yes. And the ones without the dollar are where you've just stashed money, I think.
And points at the end of the game.
It's points at the end of the game. It's not actual physical money that you can spend, but it's points at the end of the game. So your escape plan cards will give you an idea of where you want to go during the game, because you're not going to be able to go everywhere. You're not going to be able to do everything that you want to do. You have to be very selective about your actions. Right, so that's what you would have probably learnt from setup. I'm going to keep quiet now and go and get a drink. And I'll leave you to it. So yeah, whoever's read through the rules, feel free to...
Do you want to have one of these cards at the opposite end of the table?
Got one.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I'll try and look for the other police card, which is definitely somewhere. So yeah, feel free to take over, and whoever wants to teach in whatever order, or a joint teach. Ian's the only one with the actual rule book.
I have the rule book open.
So, are you looking at bits that you didn't understand the first time, or...?
No, I was just scanning through. Paul?
Yes.
Are we allowed to take pictures of this or anything like that?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fine. I know it's been announced, but I didn't know what's actually allowed or not. The game, we have 3 rounds, so 3 days. In each day there are 6 phases. Income, patrols, revealing the city, turn order, the day round, so what you're actually doing in the day, and then the day changing. So income is these cubes on the right. We all receive income based on the number of income cubes on your board. So as you put these, we'll all start on 9 at the beginning, but as you start putting these cubes out, you'll learn less and less.
You may want to just go through the first 4 phases, like read that phase and then do
that phase.
Okay.
Because, yeah,
why not?
That'll be quicker.
Yeah, that would make sense.
So phase 1, get income.
We all get 9 income.
So we all get 9.
Let's pick from this card here.
No, that's your income.
Ah,
No.
yes.
Oh, this card here is the exit card. When the first person to exit, when they go out, they don't have to pay anything. It's free. So we're in a 5-player game. The second and third, to exit the city on the 3rd day, you have to pay 5,000, and 4th and 5th you pay.
And that goes behind the screen.
There's also
It goes into the duffel bag.
Hide my 9 money on the screen. So nobody knows I've got 9 money.
Okay, so that is income.
Reveal the patrol cards.
Patrol, those patrol cards. Reveal the top 2, place them face
number 1
up on the corresponding space of the game board.
and number 2.
So 1 over here. If there's ever 2 of these get revealed, then that exit is now closed.
So we might know in round 2 if one.
Which exit we're going for?
Yes. We're guaranteed to know in round 2 if at least one of them is closed.
Yes.
But not know which other one.
So when an exit is blocked, if the city tile depicting the exit is on the board or face up, so for example this is exit 1, which is face up, that will, so take either one of the stacks of exit tiles and place it face down. So do you take that tile and then turn it?
I'd read that bit when that happens.
Yeah.
So if you'd have drawn 2 cards of the same type, something happens.
Mm-hmm.
It hasn't yet, so I'd skip past that bit and come back to that when it happens, which it will happen next round.
Yeah.
Remind me, the red buildings are the safe houses.
Yes.
Which one's which? Do we choose, we place it, which one's which, or? Because there's 1, 2, 3 safe houses.
So we're about to reveal the city. So if the tile has a safe house space on it, choose any available safe house tile.
Okay, at the point
and place it on the safe house
pick
space.
that one and you place
Yeah.
it.
So what's going to happen now is we're going to reveal the city.
Yep.
So beginning with the first player. Yeah.
One of the 4 exposed.
And the 5th player doesn't get
Doesn't placed.
Yeah.
Okay. So
So I choose one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Bob gets 3rd choice, you'll get 4th choice, and you can stand out on the wall.
And what parameters am I choosing?
Right, you pick one of the 4. Obviously, the fewer cops, the easier it is to get through. But if you happen to know you want to go to a particular location, you want to make sure that one comes out. But the same will be for the white business buildings. When you place, if you take that one, you'll pick which of the 6 business buildings you want to place with it.
Okay.
And then you place it, and the rule is you must place it in a way that is going to extend a particular colour.
It must be adjacent to 2 tiles.
These, you choose one of these.
Yep.
Those isn't one of those, is it? It's different.
No.
Okay.
These are all white buildings. The red houses are all the safe houses.
Okay.
The other ones are each unique location. So that's a subway station. One closest to me, on my left, that one there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can use subway stations to move faster around the map.
If there's another subway station.
If there's another one, yeah.
If there isn't,
Once you find one. The hospital you can go to heal up at. I can't quite.
That's a clinic.
That's a clinic. Sorry, yeah. My
Because
mistake.
that's the hospital.
That's hospital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we've got a convenience store, which we've already got on the board.
So I will put this one out, and I'm going to put it
So it
just
must go either
there.
there or there.
I'll put it just there, and
Okay.
I am going
Which
to place
business would
out.
you like?
Well, I've had my tea, but I need to go to the restaurant anyway.
Okay.
It doesn't have to completely do. It could have been like that, because it must extend at least one land area. So that would have extended the dark.
Yeah.
But
That's fine.
It looks pretty like that. It's not co-op, this, is it?
No.
We're working together to get out, but it's whoever gets out.
No, not working
No, we're not working
Oh,
together.
okay.
We're not working
I will
together at
happily
all.
done all of you down in the
Okay.
street.
Yeah,
Alright.
your days of working together were a long
done.
one.
Okay, great.
Let's.
Something else happens as well.
Yeah, do we need to put gang
Yeah.
members on?
Okay. Well, that's a biking gang. You can go there to
Yeah.
hire.
Oh, those cats
Gangers.
are terrible.
We go and hire some thugs.
Yep. I'll take the one with the clinic and the red, please.
Mm-hmm. And where would you like that?
It has to go. Oh no!
Lots of places.
I still will. Spin it 180 degrees, please.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, that'll do.
That looks
actually.
pretty, doesn't it? That's good.
And we'll stick down safe house number 3.
Okay.
Fully with the fuzz, though it is. Oh yes, thank you, remember. So now it's over to Europe.
Okay. The exit hasn't come out.
It will.
It will, yeah.
In time.
In time.
We're dancing in the streets.
Go. Okay,
safe house number 1, please.
safe house number 1.
Such a good choice, Rob. Such a good. Thanks.
Okay, and
I love the graphic design of it. Yeah, really interesting.
I can't imagine this course.
It's fantastic. It's great.
So now, these all get flipped up.
Right.
We face up.
do I get to do something?
And we draw some police officers, yes.
Yay! What do I do?
You are drawing out 2 police officers for each tile if
If they're the same,
if they're the same, one goes back.
Maybe we are lucky. This. Oh.
There we go.
It's going to be such an easy game.
It's easy for everybody.
Might be done.
So, phase 4, turn order. Turn order is adjusted based on the position of the markers on the notoriety track, all at the same point. So whoever has the lowest notoriety is the first player, and going up to whoever has the highest is going to be last.
So we maintain the current order then?
In the case of a tie, the relative positions of the tied players are reversed.
So it flips 180.
It will flip 180, yeah.
It's pink bottom,
So it
yellow
flips
second
now.
bottom, green stays place, blue at the top, orange at the top.
Okay.
Okay, now we go on to the day turns. So this phase is divided into 5 parts, which are morning, afternoon, evening, night and dawn. So, you must play during morning, afternoon and evening, taking 1 turn in each phase, in each part, sorry. Taking turns during night and dawn is optional. It requires the use of extra action discs.
Which are these?
Yep.
These are extra action discs.
Where do we get them from?
Oh, there's lots of places.
Get them from.
The icon for extra action is that. So every time you see that, it's a way you can buy one of these. If you have one of these, it means you can play
In there. And we start with one.
With an extra action.
We start with one.
You don't start with one of these, you start with the ability
Start
to
with the
gain
ability
one
to
of
gain
these.
one,
Yes.
yes. Sorry, that's what I meant. I meant we start with one of those symbols.
Yes, yeah.
When the time marker moves to the night part of the day, in turn order we each decide whether to discard a disc and take an action or not.
I think
Once-
that
once
we all
all
do
players
actions. We all do an action, and then we all adjust notoriety.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
we'll do another action, and
Yeah.
then we'll adjust notoriety,
Yeah.
etc.
I was a bit confused by the wording. It says it says one all players. So once all players have taken their actions, there is a notoriety half again.
Yeah.
Which
So it's 3 days.
Right, so
and
3
maximum
days.
is only 15 moves, and there might be
Maximum.
most.
Yeah. Between
And there might be 9.
Between 9
It'll
and
be
15.
yeah,
Okay.
because you must play in morning, afternoon, and evening. But there is an exception. There's one exception where you don't have to play morning, afternoon, and evening.
yes, that's as if you
Yeah,
take
resting.
a rest.
Yeah.
Nope, that's still an action.
Oh, day 3,
Mhm.
if you've already
yes.
escaped,
Yes.
Yeah.
you
If you've escaped,
You can't.
you don't take any more turns. So if you escape in the morning of day 3, that's it. You're out. So you could take 7 turns.
Right.
You won't win if you take 7 turns.
But these are Vita Lacerda turns.
Yes. Yes. Which, as we know, are much longer than normal. It depends where you go. Some of the locations are actually really. It's like I'll go there, I do that, done. Some of them are really
Alright.
quick turns, and other ones are like
Well, like if you go to one of the businesses or one of the safe houses
Or
just
the
to collect,
hospital
just to pick up
or
some
something.
money,
Yeah,
then
it's
yeah,
quite
it's
easy.
like I'm going to go there and get some money.
Whereas if you go to the convenience store, it's a little bit more
You'll be at
complicated.
it for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, right. So
Yes. Okay. So on your turn, you must choose either to rest or to move.
there are your 2 choices.
Where's that one here? Aha, rest or move. Yeah. So resting, you flip this tile over, you flip this token over to show that you are having a sleep.
You can only rest once per day, so you can't keep resting.
I didn't even want to.
Nobody rested on Wednesday. Right?
Doesn't surprise me.
Okay.
I assume somebody would have rested once, but yeah, on Wednesday's game, nobody rested at all. Because as Mark says, you are going to get 9 actions, maybe 10, 11, 12, maybe. If you rest as one of those actions, that's an action gone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, rest if you need to, but you don't have to.
Yeah. So essentially, what resting does is it allows you to turn over all the abilities that you've used
And
back over again.
And unlock an asset tile.
Yes, I was going to say, but we'll come to rest if someone wants to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's probably the best thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, when you choose to move, there are 3 steps, which are travel, avoiding the police, and then getting any benefit from the location that you end up at. Talking about notoriety. So during the turn, depending on choices, you will gain or lose notoriety. This is tracked by moving these cubes, either from the red box or the blue box. So your notoriety marker will rise for one of each cube in your red notoriety box, and fall for one of each cube in the notoriety box.
In the blue.
Sorry, in the blue. Yes.
Yeah.
When you gain notoriety, you move 1 notoriety cube from the bottom part of the box to the red, and if you lose it, you move one from the bottom to the blue.
And if the bottom bit's empty, you move from either the red or the blue back to the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, so for example, if I'm like that,
There's a whole
and I lose notoriety, I can't move one from there to there, so I move that one from there to there instead.
It will probably never happen.
Yeah, if I lose
Yes,
notoriety
thank you for
again,
reading that bit.
then it goes to there.
Yeah.
It's extremely rare.
remember
We had to
that bit.
write 2 paragraphs just in case it did.
So,
But there's a really important bit about that I'm not sure was clear from when you read it out. And I don't want to preempt it, but it's about that track and this and the link between them.
Oh, when you go past these, you unlock.
No, I was thinking more.
Yeah, depending on where you are on these, when we go to the notoriety step, that shows whether it's going to go up or down.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I thought that was covered.
Okay. Right. That's fine.
I may have covered it.
So when it says gain 1 notoriety, you do not.
It's not that.
You don't do that.
This,
You do that.
Yeah.
And then when this marker moves to there,
then you
adjust that.
Yes.
Was that clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Just me then. I'm being slow.
I've made an assumption that was the case.
Okay.
It's a little mini game to
But
discover.
as long as everybody who read the rules
Yeah.
understood that you don't adjust your track until the second half of each part, then
The
that's
maximum you get
Yeah.
each side is 4. You
Yes.
could get all 4 over there,
Yeah.
potentially.
Potentially.
You can't get more
So,
cubes.
unlikely.
Very unlikely, apparently. So you basically you'll do stuff which will gain or lose your notoriety.
Yeah.
So there was a section on that first. Right.
So step 1, travel.
Travel.
So you must move from one location to another location by spending 1, 2, or 3 movement points. So a maximum of 3 movement points.
This is a location. This is a location. This and this are land areas.
They're land
so you
spaces,
move
yes.
kind of through the land areas.
So
that counts 1,
That's
2,
right.
3.
So your movement points can be spent for one of the following. Firstly, to leave a location. So that is 1 movement point.
Okay.
To move from a land space to an adjacent location.
Okay.
Well, as soon as he moves to there, he's now adjacent to
There's a
everything
massive
that is
area.
on
Yeah,
the
within that
other
whole
area is
area.
adjacent to.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's what
That's quite
5
handy.
locations, 6 locations, and 2 other land locations.
Yes.
2 other lands.
So if I was here, then that would be 1 movement point to move into there.
Yeah, so right now from there to there is 2. 1 to move into the yellow land location, and 1 to move to the next location.
To the next location.
Yep.
Yes. So to move from one location to an adjacent location, if the hexes are touching.
So there'll be an image, and that means there. So you could move from there to there with 1 movement point because they are adjacent. Okay.
And to cross from one type of land to a different type of land. So if I wanted to, I don't know what I would do, but if I wanted to do that and then that, say, that would be 2 movement points. 1 to move into there, and then another 1 to move into the different land space.
So generally with 1 basic turn you can move to another location.
1,
2 land.
Two.
That's not 2 land.
3.
Yes.
At most,
Okay.
unless you use a subway, which gives you a bonus point of movement.
Okay, so that's here.
Or a helicopter.
Now, there is a section next on the ferries.
Mm-hmm.
I would suggest skipping those rules for now, because no ferry tiles have come out.
I'm just going to agree
So
with
for
that.
now, you can't go on water.
So we'll also skip the subway and the helicopter because they're also not on the board.
Well, the subway is here,
Oh, we have got a subway.
but I would
right.
skip it because the subway takes you to another subway.
Yeah.
And I would skip the helicopter because the helicopter's not out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we now move to step 2, avoiding the police. So as mentioned, we have 3 different police forces coming after us.
They're on the hex, not on the locations.
Yeah, they are.
Okay,
They
that's
are
helpful.
in
They're
that
patrolling that area.
Yes. So in the example that we had before, if you were to move from here to here, you haven't been outside long enough for the police to detect you.
Is that what it says?
Sorry, it's on the same tile.
Yes.
Yes, sorry. So if, where am I? If I'm here and I want to move to there, then I don't get spotted because I'm on the same tile.
Even though you're moving through land areas.
It's sufficiently short, the police have a chance to spot you because
If you move once.
Yes.
If you move from one location to another
On the
location
tile.
on the same tile,
yeah.
Right.
you don't.
Okay.
You can skip the avoiding the police step.
Okay,
You,
yes.
you don't. You, right. Otherwise,
Otherwise, so if you end your move on a different city tile to the one you started on, you must try to avoid the police officers from each tile that you left. So the tile that you start on, any tiles that you pass through, not the one that you end your movement on. We'll ignore the subway and helicopter stuff for now. So for each police officer you are unable to avoid, you take a wound. So we start with 3 wounds.
yeah. Also, just quick now, have a look at your red wound box. There's negative victory points based on the number of wounds that you have at the end of the game.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, getting wounded is.
Staggering out of the city with several bullets in you, not quite an impressive exit.
Handcuffs.
Yes.
Walt is waltzing out and climbing into the waiting limo.
Yes. So should we cover? Do you want to cover what happens if you get completely wounded now, or when
No,
it
I,
happens?
I wouldn't.
It's
Try and
bad.
avoid it. Try and avoid
Yeah,
it.
try and
We're trying to avoid
If it
victim
happens,
shots.
you've really messed up.
Yeah.
Don't
Deal
want to
with
be
it
shot
at that
by the
point.
police.
Yes.
It did
It's a
happen
bad
to
thing,
somebody
though.
on Wednesday and they won.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
They got what? They got
won the
badly
game.
wounded.
They got a handcuff card and they still won the game.
Right.
So
So
it's bad, but it's not game over bad.
Right.
to avoid police officers, you need to use executive actions related to the avoiding police officers step, but we will come on to those in a bit because they're at the end of the rulebook. So the third step in the movement action is to visit a location. If you end your movement on a subway or helicopter, then you skip this step because the benefit is for moving, not afterwards. So the locations are businesses, so there, the safe houses, which are red, convenience stores, which have the shopping cart, the gangs, the clinic, which is here, the church, which we have not got a church on the board yet, the exits, so there's an exit there, and the hospital, which is where we're starting.
Now there's 2 options here. You could, if you wanted to, spend half an hour reading through all of the rules for all of the locations, or player 1 just goes somewhere, and then you read what happens, and then if they go,
You can get an idea
oh,
from here.
well,
what
if I'd have known that, I'd have gone somewhere else, then let them go somewhere else.
Yeah.
Okay? And that's the way I would do it, rather than going through all of the locations.
Only go to the hospital if you've been badly hurt, because all it does is increase your notoriety, which is bad, and cure multiple wounds. Because the docs have to report when you show up with a gun, with a bullet wound.
Yes, if you have bullet wounds, it's rather suspicious.
Clinics, you're okay. It does heal you up, but it also gets you asset cards and contact cards. Stores is buying gear, and if you've got a key, open up. Church is good for decreasing notoriety, and again, assets and tiles. So your main ones are going to be the businesses and safe houses and the gangs. Because the gangs will make it easier to move around, safe houses get you loot and get your keys, and businesses get you money off the bat.
The one thing that isn't mentioned on the player aid, which should be mentioned, is that if you go to, is it all locations or some locations, that if there are multiple players, then your notoriety increases.
Yes, most of the
It's
locations
most of them,
have that.
yes, yeah.
And that is not printed.
It's not printed on the player aid.
Okay.
What increases your notoriety?
Going to a location that someone is already at.
If-
All down the street
yeah.
together.
Right.
If blue was there
Yes.
and then orange went there,
Then orange gets more
No,
notoriety.
we all get more
And
notoriety.
blue
Yeah.
does as well.
Yeah, we all get more notoriety
Right.
because we're all.
Just orange.
Just
Yeah.
orange, okay.
that's
What, the person who's just arrived?
yeah.
Mhm. That's not for all buildings, but we will come to that when we actually get to the building.
doesn't-
It is for most of them.
It's for most of them, yes.
It's like not the hospital,
Because you're getting notoriety
and
from
it's
different,
not the motorcycle gangs, I think.
because they won't rat you out.
Something like that.
Yeah. But it's
Anyway, right, so
So,
who's player one?
oh, it's me.
Where do you want to go?
Yeah, it's a good question. Okay.
Oh, yeah, these active at the start, or
So these are locked asset tiles. You cannot use these
Okay.
until you have unlocked
What do
them.
they do?
Well, at the moment, nothing.
Okay.
when you unlock them, they move to there.
They move to here, and then you can use them.
Yeah.
I think the top ones look like avoiding the police type things.
Nope.
Okay.
Unless you move a cop.
Yeah. You move.
Right.
You phone in a false lead.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
Sounds
going
good.
to move to safe house number 3. So 1 to move to there,
Safe house number 3.
2 to move to there.
Right, doing that.
So I have to avoid. No, we don't have to
No.
avoid that one because that's the tile I moved into. There's
No cops on the start.
So there were no cops at the
Do not
hospital.
have to avoid anything.
Which is good, because
Yes.
you currently have no way of avoiding cops.
No, exactly.
So he would take two. If there were two cops here, he would take 2 rooms.
He would have taken 2 routes.
Yes. So I'm going to take 80 money.
The different colour cops do different things.
Taking how much?
It's just for doubling
on
up
here.
Okay.
So I'll read out the.
Yeah,
safe
and see how good the
house.
player aid is for the safe house. See what it says you do.
So gets you a key, buys items to the fixer.
Okay, so it's not specific enough. Right, so yeah, you probably want to read through.
Yeah. So the amount of money you have in each safe house is on the escape plan card. I gain 1 notoriety for each other player at that location. There isn't any, so I don't have to worry about that. I will take the uppermost cube from the income track.
So is that your one? The
Have you moved to a safe house which is green for you,
I've not, no.
but you take...
But you still have to remove a cube.
Yeah.
okay.
If an amount of money is listed, place the cube inside the hexagon without the $ of the corresponding safe house display.
Okay.
So
Is that what you've just done?
yes,
So which was that?
safe house number 3.
Safe
It
house
hasn't
number
got,
3.
it
And
hasn't
you-
got green.
So on your escape plan card, safe house number 3 has an amount of money listed.
It does, yes.
So it goes there.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Yes,
Okay.
without the $. Yes.
So then you said you took income.
No, I was going to take.
No.
No, I'm probably wrong. So
Income's if it's got the little green.
yes, no, I
Yeah,
didn't mean to
it's not-
say. I
it's-
didn't mean to
right,
say
yeah,
income.
okay.
It's not cash in hand. It's fixed points at the end.
Yes.
So if Ian escapes, he's now got some points at the end of the game.
Determined by his cut.
By his card.
So on here it says buys you a key or buys
Yeah,
items.
we now do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
So sorry.
So if the income system symbol is listed, you place the cube inside the hexagon with the $, and then you immediately receive income.
Okay, so
So
it's far less victory points, but it's immediate cash in hand to spend.
Mhm.
yes.
Right, gotcha.
Step number 3: lose 1 notoriety because you're in a safe house. I can't lose any notoriety because I'm at the bottom.
right, nobody's interrupted. So yeah,
So
go back to gaining and losing notoriety and how you track it during your turn.
Okay.
yes, sorry, I was lose 1 notoriety,
There
so I
you
put
go.
1 into that. Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, yes, you are correct. I may take one of the available keys above the safe house display.
So
and
it's
place
2
it.
blacks to brown.
I will take. They're all equal, aren't they? There's
Nope.
3.
So green are the easiest lockers to open, but contain the least money. The black ones are harder to open, and the brown ones are really hard to open.
What do they need to open? Is it cost or? I can't quite see the cards back here. So.
So.
What do you mean easier?
Well, I'll let somebody who read the rules.
Can you pass me a card?
Yes.
Can you just pass me a stack of cards? Are these available to?
Don't look at these out.
So to open a locker, you must meet the following criteria. You must have the key tile with the same colour of the locker. The sum of your position on the notoriety track plus the number of contact cards you have on your player board must be equal or higher than the big number on the bottom of the locker tile.
Gotcha. So you need to have lots of contacts, lots of notoriety, or a combination of the two.
Yeah.
Yes.
So what's the brown one?
8.
Okay, so you need to be putting
1, 5 and 8.
Even with 5 contacts, you still need at least 3 notoriety on the brown locker.
Yes.
Have they all got the same number in this stack?
No, it's
So they all
showing,
plus
No.
it's showing you at the top.
So there is one in that stack that is empty, has nothing. There are 3 in there with 60, and there is 1 in there with 90.
And do they all have a
They all
plus
have
one
all
in
plus
that
one.
position?
Yeah,
Yes.
they're all plus 1. Also 1
That,
plus.
that is the back of the tiles, and the back of the tiles is the same.
Yeah.
But they look like the front of tiles because there's so much information on them. But that's the back.
So I'm going to take a back key.
So you take a black key, and you go.
Then
Take a black key.
and you go back up to.
And where does the key go?
Stuff.
In the, I believe.
Okay, very good.
I was just
So you
seeing if
take
it was
those 3
that or
keys.
whether that's for the businesses.
Yeah.
Place it face up on your player board in the key slot corresponding to the number of the safe house. So that is number
Safe
3.
house number 3. Face up.
Showing the colour.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. And then I may buy a fixer tile. So choose any one tile from the stack of fixer tiles. Pay the price depicted on the tile. Place it in an unlocked equipment space on your board, which are the top ones. Here.
Does it say unlocked equipment space?
It does say place it in an unlocked equipment
Change
space.
that. It's kind of right, but it's not unlocked is the wrong term.
Okay.
Empty.
Yeah.
If you place the tile on a space that already contained another non-asset tile, gain 1 notoriety and return the replaced tile to the box. So the person who you then just fired goes and squirts from you.
Yeah.
Using the ability of a fixer tile is an executive action. So I'll quickly cover the fixer tiles. Which are near the bottom. No, that's
Place it on an
They're a bit
empty
more,
equipment
can't see.
space on your player board.
Okay.
What they do is shown down the bottom, so you don't want to open them up because that's
Yeah.
not going to tell us anything.
Yeah, you can go through them all if you want to. Once you understand
Maybe
the
you could
iconography,
just
it's-
choose one that you know about.
There's 8.
Well, I don't know whether anybody knows about any of them.
Yeah, no, I hadn't looked in detail at these. So
Well, you can be looking at them when it's somebody else's turn.
yes,
Just to
If
see.
you're planning on going to a safe house, have a look.
You
before
get a
it's your
fixed
turn.
tile.
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
you're going to get one.
Okay.
Provided you can afford it.
So yeah, is there anything else that happens at the safe house?
no, I think that is the last.
Gets you a key, binoculars and fix. That's all it says on
Okay.
flash.
So the next player can be
Me.
taking their turn.
Yeah.
While you can be thinking about which one of those you want.
Yeah,
I 1, 2. That's it.
Okay.
I had noticed the one that I wanted, but I can't see.
So I put that in there,
Yeah.
That's endgame points.
Mm-hmm.
and I will take a green key.
Yeah.
So where is the military radio or the camouflage on here?
It's changed.
Right.
That's it. That PDF is wrong now because all of those are actually wrong.
Okay,
Well, most of them are now wrong.
I see. I see.
Once you learn the iconography, that's.
As 2 of them looking at it,
Yeah,
you
I
want
was
to say what
going
they are.
to say, you may as well say what they are because
Deal 1 wound,
Mhm.
take a contact card, lose 1 notoriety, move 1 or 2 spaces as long as the tile that you're moving from has a helipad.
Okay.
That means it's got H's around it.
Gain income.
Gain income, gain an extra action token, flip all of your used cards and tiles back over as if you'd rested.
But don't rest.
and gain the ability of a motorcycle gang. And the motorcycle gangs do one of three things.
Income, how much income do you get according to here?
According to the
And then
lowest
you gain a
visible
token.
Gain an extra action.
Fantastic.
When you take a fixed tile, it goes face up. Oh, those live there, yes, sorry.
Yeah.
So
we can put up a
Yeah.
stack of them in turn 1 and then use them later in turn 2.
When he uses that, does it go back into the pile? He's got it for good.
You've paid for that.
But it goes face down
I'm just about to put that.
until he rests or uses
Fixed tiles.
the one
One
shots.
off.
Okay.
Yeah, I was considering the rest, but I thought.
I am going
And
to
these are the
take...
ones that go here, aren't they? So what are they there?
These are contact cards.
Contacts, okay. And they're the ones you need to open safes, contacts.
1, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, them plus notoriety.
Yeah.
Is that green one there as an example?
No, oh sorry, no, that's just me move. Because I normally play green, so I'm confusing myself.
Okay.
Okay.
Could
Right.
you pay that into the thing?
Now it's Morris's turn.
That's great. And you lose notoriety as well.
So let's put your things into here.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to unlock them from these are the ones we put into there.
So why
Shame
did
it
you...
doesn't
say a minus one on
Try
here.
not to.
Why did
So
they
Yeah,
say...
as I say, that's...
What were you saying, sorry? I'm
Right,
trying.
it's these and this. I can't remember how this is supposed to work.
So these we need to unlock to get into there, and I believe they are executive actions.
They cost money to use.
Using equipment tile, use a fixed tile, perform first aid, use gang member, use an unlocked asset tile. It's an executive action.
Yep, so use them as an action. You pay the cost as shown at the bottom right and then flip it face up, face down.
Once unlocked, each of these tiles can be used once per game.
To a game.
Mm-hmm.
To use an unlocked asset tile, do the following: pay the value indicated below the tile.
Yep.
Oh, because when you unlock them, they go into the most expensive space. Then you gain the benefit of the tile, and then flip the tile.
Okay, thank you.
And if you flip one over, you'll
Then-
notice that there's a 10 on the other side.
So
So every flipped asset tile you have at the end of the game is 10 points.
Can it stay in that spot?
It does. You can only ever have 6.
So they get cheaper the more you get.
Yeah.
Those views.
Well, if we unlock all 6 of these, do we throw the 6th one away?
I think it says in the rules somewhere the 7th one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't understand why both of you lost notoriety.
They went to a...
Because that's what happens when you go to a
Because you
safe
go to a
house.
safe house and you're like,
One of the
Oh
base,
right, it's one of the...
one of the base abilities of the safe houses.
It's not right, it's not mentioned,
Yeah.
but it should be. Yes, fine. I'm going to go to a safe house.
Everybody's going to a safe
You're
house.
going to lose 2 notoriety.
So
then.
your notoriety...
Well, I gain
Goes on
notoriety.
gain 1 notoriety.
First I gain notoriety.
Gain notoriety because there's
Yes.
somebody else at that location.
Then I lose notoriety.
Because you've gone to a
Because
safe
I've gone to a
house.
safe house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
You
then,
do the actions.
You look at your escape plan card.
yes, so I put one of these.
Put the cube wherever it goes.
That's number 3. That's the money one. That's the one that gives me income.
So it goes in.
Actual cash.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
so
you get
8. 8.
8 money, please. Who's got the bank?
me.
Paul was like,
There you go.
Thank
And now you can pick a key.
So I'll have the
you
black
need a
one,
key.
please.
Oh, go. He's got one.
No, number 3.
Got the
Oh,
black
yeah,
one,
yeah, sorry,
number
yeah.
1, yeah.
Thank you. That goes there.
And then you
And
can,
then you can take
choose one of these. And then it's Rob's go.
I will move.
Can you tell me what they do again, please, Paul?
Use the ability of a motorcycle gang. Flip over all of your used equipment tiles and contact cards.
So that's these ones that are going to go along
Yeah.
here.
Heal 1 wound. Fly from a helipad to any space 1 or 2 away. Lose 1 notoriety and gain income.
Is that all there are of those?
Yeah.
Or is it them
That's
plus,
it.
plus the ones in the cop?
Cop.
Do they these ones along there?
These are equipment
Can
tiles.
these-
These go here as well.
Okay, so we can fill up to 5 of them, and it's a mix of fixer stuff and equipment we can purchase.
Yes.
You've got to get rid of this before we can put a third one down.
Yeah.
Yes.
And can these be used more than once?
Fix the tiles are 1 use
And
only.
you get
per
used
game.
Unless.
Can these be used more than once?
Yeah.
Oh, so that fixer tile
You flip over.
untaps the equipment, but not other fixer tiles. Okay. Right. I'm going to go
To the safe house?
to the restaurant.
Let's go somewhere different.
Yep.
Okay, so
Okay, I'll take the money one.
Get out of my
It costs
restaurant.
3 money.
yeah.
Take a contact card. That's
There you
the
go.
ones on the bottom,
Are
isn't
you
it?
going to use it?
Well, I don't know when I can use it. It's an executive action. I don't know when those are used.
So the
Okay, so the cost to take, that's in that one there, or that's the cost to use it? Someone with the rules, please.
so contact cards.
Yep.
Some occasions allow you to take a contact card. You must choose one of the contact cards from the display and take one of the 3 choices. Either return the chosen card to the box, take the chosen card and place it on the leftmost empty contact card space of your player board.
Yep.
Or take the chosen card, replace any contact card you already have on your player board. If you do, you gain 1 notoriety.
Okay. So the cost to take. I see 3 symbols. That I'm assuming is the effect.
Those I believe are the cost to use, but I will see.
Doubt very much that's the cost to use.
So yeah, what the section you've missed is executive actions and when you can take them.
Anytime.
It was before.
Components that allow you to take an.
Yeah, it was before the action section, I think.
No, well, in this PDF, the executive actions are at the back.
Yeah, the list of them is at the end, but what they are and when you can use them, I think, is written before the action step, or at the very start of the action step. I'll try and find it on here and read it out.
Thank you.
Right. Yes, I thought it was.
Because I can't
Is
see
it
it right now.
after change of day? Is it executive actions? During your move action, there are a number
Okay. No, right. So the first time executive actions is mentioned is, it says rest. So when you choose to rest, if you choose to rest, you cannot take any executive actions. Okay.
Yeah.
If you choose to move, you can take any number of executive actions during your turn.
Yeah.
Right. So that's when you can take an executive action when it's your turn, and you don't rest.
Yeah, but it is mentioned. It's for executive actions are first explained after the
Yes.
change day.
Yeah.
But that's when you can use.
So I
them.
might as well use this now.
That's what
to
I'm
get myself
thinking.
some cash.
That's what I'm thinking.
And then it flips,
Yeah.
and it's used. I can't use it again for the whole game.
Correct. And you get 8 money.
2 straight away.
Please.
These are the ones, aren't
Yeah,
they?
because by the time
Those
you
are the fixes,
start
yeah.
putting income things out, you're going to
So business.
less.
Let's go through what happens
Less
when
amount.
somebody goes to a business.
business.
Right. Okay, so businesses. The amount of money that you have in the various businesses is shown on the card as the safe rooms. You can only visit each business once during the game.
Yep.
So then it goes on to escape plan cards. When you visit a business, do the following. Gain 1 notoriety for each other player who's there.
No.
Which is fine. Take the uppermost cube of your income track and then look at the business on your escape plan card.
Okay.
If an amount of money is listed, place the cube inside the white hexagon without the income symbol. Yep. If the income symbol is listed, then
You take the
inside.
cash instead.
Yeah. 3, take a contact card.
So taking the contact card, there's
Mhm.
a cost on some of these. Is that the cost to take it or the cost to play it?
Let's have a
I'm assuming it's the cost to play it.
change of day, executive actions. So, heliports, moving police officers, use a contact card. To use a contact card, do the following. Pay the value depicted on the card.
Thank you.
If an icon is shown, gain 1 notoriety.
Yep.
If the notoriety icon is shown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shows the phase or the condition in which it's going to work to activate it. So by the looks of it, if I take the fighter, I can pay $2
Mhm.
to allow me to fight through a blue and a black police officer without being hurt.
It's avoid all blue and black police officers on one tile.
Yep, but at the cost of raising my notoriety, and my fighter basically goes and starts a fight with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
So
what the icon means, where you see the hit symbol with a cross through. It means avoid, and you will see that.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one we start with is
that's avoid all police on one tile.
Could we use these at the beginning?
What's the difference between that and
They're not unlocked with that. That's ignore all police on one tile.
Yep, and that's ignore one.
That's ignore one of them.
You sure it's not the way around?
The 3
Is
and
that
1.
showing 3
Red
symbols?
stroke, blue stroke.
Oh,
black.
strokes.
Yeah, it's
right.
got
Yes,
the
that's
strokes,
okay, that's
yeah.
fine. So that's avoid only one police officer, that's avoid all police officer, that's avoid a blue and a black, that's avoid a red and a black.
And then different costs.
Different costs, yeah, because the more, that's more expensive because it's more powerful.
Yep.
Jet ski means you can move across water.
Mhm.
Spy means you get to refresh.
Yep.
You can pay 1 or 3. I can't remember. 3. Pay
Refresh
3,
all of your contact cards and equipment tiles.
but not including himself.
Correct, because after you've done the effect,
Then
you
you
then
You
flip
then
that
have to
face
flip
down.
out.
And this last one, the medivac, is
Teleport
move
from anywhere on the board
To a hospital.
to a hospital, and that is your travel step done
to the hospital, not to
to
the
the hospital. Yeah.
Which is there.
Yeah, which has bad effects. I'm going to buy me I'm going to get myself a fast car. So that I can pay 3 at any one point to ignore all the cops in one area as I drive through.
You've got a contact who has a fast car.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
He can come and pick you up.
Sorry, I was about to do something.
Refresh, okay.
Refresh.
So you had the rules. So the medic, so pay 1 to heal up a cube with the flyer.
2.
Pay 2, yeah. Pay the cost.
I go?
Hang on.
Is that it?
Is that everything?
Yes, taking a contact card is the last part of that.
Now, there is a little bit more in businesses, which you might want to read. now.
Yes. So, closing a business. After a certain number of visits to a business, that location is closed and cannot be used unless you use a key. So, the number of visits.
Never told us that rule.
The number of visits you. We didn't go through the building act. For each building.
Yeah.
So, any key can open any closed. Number of visits needed to cause a business to close depends on the number of players in the game. So in a 5-player game, just 3 visits to each business.
Yep.
Any of the keys can be used to open a closed business. Either the master key, if you unlock it, or the safe house keys. Once the key is used, you flip the tile face down to show you've used it. Same as if you did the lockup, but we've not. No one's been too convenient. So, visiting all businesses in a group. As soon as you have visited all the locations in the same group of businesses, if you have a cube on each of the business displays, you may immediately choose one of the following bonuses, which is to take an extra action token, or lose 1 notoriety and unlock an asset tile.
Okay.
And that's just businesses.
So I already figure out package. 1, 2. And no, so it's 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
So I gain
Yeah.
a notoriety.
You do.
And then I decide to put out my thingy, what's it? That's a restaurant. So I
The green symbol or the cash? Or the
put it
cash
there.
The green symbol.
So I get 8 money, please. And now I get to choose one of these people over here. I have the stunt driver.
Okay.
Am I done?
There you go. Simple.
Fantastic.
Okay, so everybody has taken a turn.
So we go onto the notoriety.
Notoriety is anything other than 0 or balance to make
Do you
a
want to
change.
just read the notoriety section, because there's one very important thing at the start of it.
In the notoriety is...
Well, the group's got one.
Is your notoriety going up?
I've only just worked
It's
out.
good in some ways. Yeah.
So we're starting with 2 on here.
It's a
Mhm.
briefcase.
It's a
They are
briefcase,
gang
yeah.
control markers.
It's taken me this
We
long
have
to
to
work out
start.
why.
They
I
represent that you have control.
thought they were
for?
like a bulldog clips on.
So it's a briefcase.
It's a briefcase, yeah.
So the golden glow from Pulp Fiction.
So we can spend these to do these
Mark that
effects.
you've got control of a gang. They are not gang members, they are gang
during the
control
game, notoriety.
So, during your turn, you'll gain lose notoriety. This is tracked by moving notoriety cubes into the red or blue boxes. The notoriety track is not adjusted until the second half of each part of the day, when the notoriety mark will rise 1 for each cube in the red notoriety box and fall by 1 for each cube in the blue notoriety box. So,
In turn order,
There you go, that's it.
each player
In
adjusts
turn order.
notoriety token on the track according to the cubes.
So blue first.
whereabouts are you?
Under notoriety,
After all of the actions.
it
I
says
was wondering, because I went above all the actions.
Yeah,
yes. Okay.
That told you how to do this bit.
Yeah.
We're now in the notoriety step where we actually adjust
The notoriety,
Yeah.
yes.
And the important thing is it's done in turn order.
and there's also a thing for crossing the threshold when
Yes.
we come to it.
So
So blue,
I'm going to lose
so
notoriety.
you don't, nothing happens. Same
and
with
you read
me.
that in the rules?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Yeah. That if you're at the bottom and you lose it, nothing.
What happens to that cube then now?
But if you're
It sits there.
if you're at the top and you go up, you gain a wound.
Yeah.
That stays there, does it?
No, you know that would reset now.
So is it all reset at the end of each?
After adjusting, reset cubes by placing them
Yeah.
in the bottom.
So means there's nothing. Next is orange. Done.
Nothing.
Green.
No change, no net change.
Does it change or does it go up and then down?
Oh right, it goes up and then
No,
it
no,
goes
no.
down.
I'm asking a question.
I believe it.
I think it goes up and then down.
In terms
Which
of
means
each
they can't
player
generate.
adjusts
I
their
don't cross
notoriety
the
token
threshold.
according to their notoriety cubes.
Because there's bonuses and negatives for going over thresholds.
Yeah.
Each cube in the
That's
red
what I'm asking.
notoriety box moves up on the track. Each cube in the blue notoriety box moves you down on the notoriety track. Calculate how much your notoriety token will move and in which direction before moving your token.
Okay, so
I'm
it
sure you
doesn't
said that.
move.
So you do have
It's
to
kind of-
total it up.
Can you just
Right.
check the rules on the motorcycle games? Because what I'm reading on this doesn't match the setup of the board location. According to this, when we go to a gang location, we pay 5 and take 2 gang members.
Yep.
Oh,
And
okay.
you put that there to show that you have control of that gang.
Gotcha. So no one else can take it.
Correct.
Okay, that's fine. No, that's it,
Does that make
yeah.
sense?
It was for gang members, that was it. Yeah. You did say at the start. but-
Yellow.
These
Yellow. He's neutral.
Neutral.
My neutrality's gone up.
Shocking!
Oh my god,
You go.
you naughty boy.
That's good.
Look at that.
But that does mean you'll be going first.
Last.
Last.
Oh yeah.
Again.
So as we flip.
We're all going to flip.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the notoriety step done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Now when you cross the threshold,
Something.
you unlock one of these things,
Yes.
and the other people with a lower notoriety can move cops towards you.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
What
So
do you
that's the
unlock?
moving cops.
You
Other
unlock an
people
asset
move
type.
cops towards you, and you can unlock one asset.
So you could. What are these?
Asset types.
These.
You have to
Those
unlock
are asset tiles as well.
They're all asset tiles.
Yeah.
You have to unlock them by going to any of the locations that you unlock, in which case you move over to here onto the most
But
expensive.
that allows you to do that.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
You
But-
gain one
but
more
From here or
notoriety.
from here.
Gaining a notoriety, which you can do all for free.
Okay. So it's now the afternoon, day 1.
And this is -10 at the end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as your notoriety goes up, because it probably means they're still after you after you've fed the city.
Yeah.
Right. Day phase is.
I need
so-
to get income.
Have we adjusted these yet?
No. So.
Because that'll happen in a different
Yeah.
phase.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we get
Get
So
income.
you get income.
Right.
So
I'll have 8, please.
8.
Hang on, you're all doing it wrong.
Wait, no, yeah, it's
We're doing.
income start of the day, not start of the.
Yes.
We're not doing start of the day.
No, we're doing
income.
turns. We're doing
Turns.
turns.
So we'll get income at the beginning.
Yeah,
of
we're
the next day.
still in phase.
You were in phase
We're
5.
still in phase 5 of the first day.
Ah.
There's only 3 days, remember?
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, you get lots of money. So.
Which means the turn order
that's
doesn't change at all.
No, until
Until the second day.
Second day.
Yeah.
So I am going to be moving.
So just remember with the red one, sorry, the police symbol, the exclamation mark, when you trigger the notoriety track, yeah, you get to unlock one of these, but
Yep.
what does the police shield with the exclamation
So
mark?
that means the people with. Let me just double check.
The people who have notoriety less
Less
than
than
you
you.
can move cops towards you.
Okay.
So that could be 4 of you, potentially.
Yeah. So the moved police officer must end up on a tile which is at least one tile closer to the active player. The active player's location when they started. They can never be more than 2 police officers of the same type on the same tile, and you can't have police officers.
Not more than 2. There can never be 2 police officers of the same type.
So, yeah, they disappear.
And there can never be any police officers on the
On the hospital tile.
The logic means they just don't exist anymore.
They cancel each other out.
Indeed.
Matter and antimatter.
I was waiting for someone to say that.
So your
It is my
players your
movement,
first
yes.
notoriety must move 1 cop from any tile towards active player.
You have to move at least 1 space.
Or rest.
You must move from one location to another, and you must move between 1, 2 and 3 movement
Yeah,
points.
can't stay where you are unless you're resting.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes.
where are you going to go?
I'm thinking of doing.
What a simple game, isn't it?
It's just yeah.
I'm going to go
Sort of
to
get around the rules first. And
the convenience store,
interconnecting.
but I'm going to have to avoid. Oh, I'm going to have to avoid a red and a black.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to.
Turn 1 was easy, because
There's no cops.
there's never any cops on the hospital, and you all put new ones
Yes.
around it like that. So everywhere was in one of the hospitals.
I'm going to call my contacts
Now,
and
it's a really
take
different.
the boxer. So I'm going to use using the fixer tile
Using a fixer. Yeah,
to take this one.
right, which goes on there.
Goes on there.
Yeah.
And that fixer tile stays there, so space you can't use now.
Yeah.
Okay, do you turn it over?
You can. Oh no,
You
fixer
turn it
tile.
over.
Fixer tiles you
You
can't
should
do.
have
You
done
can't.
Okay.
But you can. You were going to say something.
You can.
Over.
You can overwrite it, and then you gain 1 notoriety.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes, because
Because you're effectively.
with a fixer tile with something
effectively
else.
Anytime you overwrite something,
Okay.
So,
you might want.
1,
Getting 1
And-
notoriety for me now would be terrible.
2 to there.
Okay.
So, don't have to avoid this police because I've moved on flat space, but I do have to avoid these 2.
Yeah.
So I'm going to use the boxer.
Yeah. Which costs.
Costs 2.
And gains your notoriety.
Does. Yes. Yes.
Using that's going to be really bad for
1
me.
notoriety.
What do you mean really bad?
Well, I'm going to get notoriety and I have 4 cops
You don't
moving
look
towards
at
me. Yeah, but all 4 of them are going to move cops towards me. Does that matter?
But then you do get to unlock one of the.
Okay.
Alright.
So,
Do it, see what happens.
the convenience store, which is where I am. Where are we? Convenience store.
All sorts of stuff happens at the convenience store.
Oh yeah, you've got to use your key. You can buy some stuff.
Can
And
you?
you get a gas
Yeah.
thing. You get one of those without doing anything.
So, when you visit a store, do the following: gain 1 notoriety for each other player at your location. Nobody.
Nobody.
You may take 1 barrel from the store and place it on the gasoline icons
These
on the
are
player board.
barrels.
So I'm going to take that, and that is going to go
where do they go?
where? There.
Yeah.
Yes.
What does that mean?
So you can hold 2 of them.
It means you can do.
And that gives you 1 more point of movement.
Ah, yeah,
Okay.
You can spend it.
So
Because you drink it.
yeah.
Yeah.
The place that I wanted to go was 4 movement steps away from where I was. So
Yeah. You walk down the street, pouring on yourself, and everyone just gets at your way.
And you can use 2 together if you wish to go 5.
especially if you hold a lit lighter
I think
or a
it's,
match in the other hand.
I think that you can do it up.
Okay, so
1 bonus movement. Can we check that? Can you use two at the same time, or is it having 2 of them means twice you can increase your movement by 1?
It was in there because I wrote it in there.
From that, I would suggest you can use both.
I'm not sure because it only shows a +1 for example.
Yes, I'm looking at travel. That's
Sorry, yeah, there's a lot of pressure on
For
you.
each gasoline token you can return.
Yeah.
Sorry. For each gasoline token
Yeah.
you return to the convenience store, gain 1 extra movement point during your turn.
So you can do both.
That's what it says.
actually underneath the convenience store rules, which I was on.
Yeah, you can just spoil.
Okay, so
So,
Could I have a refill, please, in my...
You see the order of these on
Just
the
on the same tea bag, please.
Okay,
Can we
yeah.
choose the order in which they are?
it doesn't matter.
I think it does.
No, it doesn't.
It looks like it matters.
It looks
That's
like it
confusing
matters, but it
to me.
Yeah, remove the screen in between them then, or...
Do you want to?
Well, we have to place it in the furthest left.
Yep. You cannot place it there because there's a tile there.
Yeah. So if I want to unlock a tile, I want to unlock the key.
Then after you've unlocked one, they all slide down.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fine.
that's the bit.
Yeah.
We went through exactly the same thing on Wednesday, and we were like, but it does matter. And we read this one line.
And then you
that
read
said,
the one line that's
whenever
where
you
they
take one of
slide.
these three, they slide down. And we're like, right, okay,
They slide to the left.
These, yeah.
To the right.
To
the right.
They're
always going to cover the most
These
space.
ones are always on the top, these three are always on the bottom. That's fine.
Okay, so you may buy up to 2 different pieces of equipment. For each piece of equipment you buy, pay the cost to put on the tile and place the tile on empty equipment space on your table. You can only hold one.
So that would be 3 different...
I don't have much money.
So the pinks are 3 disguises that each only avoid one of the different colour kind of cop. And on the right, what's that? The green blue one. Is that avoid the blues and blacks but not the reds?
Yeah, I quite want to try it anyway. So.
Right, equipment. So where's equipment? I think it'll be at the bottom. Equipment.
It says empty equipment space, and that's not true.
Cost 2,000. Avoid a federal police officer.
Available equipment space.
So, yeah, avoid a black, avoid a red, avoid a blue, or avoid a
blue or a black?
black or a blue. Yeah.
That's not or, is it? So
Yeah,
It's a rather than
yeah,
addition.
flexible
Not
colours,
yeah.
reds.
So,
They all the same?
what am I going to...
Please don't move around then, unless we move them.
No, no, but there's these.
There's ways of
that
moving.
allow you
Yeah.
to move.
Ah,
We can trigger that, we can move them, you can use these. And
how do you get those?
You unlock them,
Unlock
they're here,
them.
they're just like
Yeah.
this.
wheels in wheels. I am going to take the... I'm going to buy the bulletproof vest. So can I 3 back, please?
You just buy one piece of equipment?
Yep, I've only
Okay.
got one.
These four.
No.
Oh, because I could also do...
So I've changed the word empty to available.
Yes, because I could
Brackets,
rid of those.
one not containing an asset tile. So if it doesn't contain an asset tile, it's an available space.
Right.
And it says, if you
Yeah.
place the equipment tile on a space that already contained another non-asset tile,
Mm-hmm.
and I might change that for
Yeah.
fixer or equipment,
Yep.
gain 1 notoriety.
Mm-hmm.
So your fixer is used, he's gone.
Yeah.
It's no use
So yeah,
whatsoever.
don't give me any change back. I'm just going to...
If I was reading the rules, I'd like it to say fixer or
That's what I'm going to say. A
Be really
non-asset tile,
specific.
brackets.
Don't assume you know anything, tell me.
So this
Discard that the game.
goes back to the box.
The box is.
That's all right.
Other boxes.
But you've gained 1
I
notoriety.
will gain 1 notoriety.
Because you overwrote.
Because I got rid of the fixer.
So you've just gained
Challenge.
2 notoriety this turn.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no to cancel it.
Which is why
Wasn't
just
ideal.
that in turn order matters for when people cross the line and the
Yeah, of
tops start
course.
moving around.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not the best thing to do,
So
but
being last is quite nice in one sense. Then.
I was hoping to
Because you
reading this,
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I'll try not to get notoriety. And
So you've bought the equipment,
blown that out of the
you've got
water.
your gas can. The third thing you can do there is a locker.
Is a locker, which
So you've got a black
except
key.
you can't.
I
You
can't
can't,
because I don't have enough.
So in order that you need to get 5, so we need to
5,
have
5.
1 person, people plus notoriety.
Correct.
So I've got currently 2, I've got 3.
You've got 3. So you can currently only open green lockers.
So I haven't got any keys.
No. You don't have a key. So you're done?
So it's oranges go.
Yes. Yes, I am
Oranges
done.
go.
Yeah, no, I've got
Come on, Josh, do
myself.
something amazing.
No, I'm going to just get myself a
Give
load
us
of
the
wounds because whatever I do,
You're just going to get shot a lot.
Oh, you're going to get smashed, aren't you? Yeah.
So you can't avoid those cops.
No, I've got nothing to avoid them with. I didn't plan really very well. So what I might do
Get shot.
is just get shot. Yeah. Is I
Will
might
everyone please
go
stop
here.
getting shot?
On South
Which
Street,
will-
just an ordinary, or on a law-abiding citizen tipping you off
So
there.
you can't avoid these 2,
No.
so you take 2 wounds.
Yeah,
Right. Okay, and then you're going to hire the gang.
I'm going to hide the
So
gang.
let's
Yeah.
just go through the hiring the gang
Yep.
rules.
Find that. Sorry, just need to drink. Okay. Gangs. You can only visit a gang location if there are currently no gang control marker present. either yours or another player. When you visit a gang, do the following. Pay $5,000. If you do not have $5,000, you can't visit this location. Take both gang members from the city tile and place them on your gang member's space on the player board. And place one of your gang member controls onto this location. And then you can use them as executive actions.
There you go. Right, done, I think.
Yep.
Can we then remind ourselves what they do?
The 3 different executive actions are there.
So reduce notoriety,
Yeah.
move 2 spaces from a helicopter space,
From a helipad.
Yep.
or avoid 1 police colour.
All of them on one tile.
Oh, fantastic.
Because-
You needed that just
Yeah,
now.
that's what.
Oh no, I don't know.
Bloody invasions of the gang. Right, so that's just go done.
Me now?
Yep.
I think I'll go to... If I go to the clinic,
You're going to the clinic.
which is where it's my movement to that is 1, 2. Don't need to avoid cops because I'm
you're
on the same tile.
Yes.
Yep.
Heal a wound.
I can heal 1 wound, but I haven't got any.
So, when you visit the clinic, do the following. Gain 1 notoriety for each other player at the clinic. You may heal 1 wound, and or unlock an asset tile.
I'm going to split those into 2 different lines because they are completely separate things.
Yeah.
So you can unlock an asset tile.
Yeah, so that's a wound healing one.
Yeah.
That's avoid all cops in 1 location.
Yep.
On one tile.
On
Yeah.
1 tile.
That's a master key.
Master key. I think
then-
I'll take...
Move copies of the colours at the top.
So if I take this one, do these slide right as well?
I believe so.
So,
You just check the rules. This
Actually, it
one
doesn't matter
here.
for the top.
Is that an executive action?
The first aid.
First
take
aid.
It is an executive action.
There's 3, I don't see any cost.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You
So-
flip it over. You
I'll
heal.
take a red
Gotcha.
cop
And that
mover.
renews at the end of the
Okay.
next day.
Oh, it's not a cop
That
avoider,
means
it's a cop mover.
It's a cop mover. Would you like me to read how it works?
Apparently.
Yes, please.
Paul's making
So,
that face.
moving police officers. Some executive actions allow you to move police officers around. The following rules always apply. No police officers can ever be on the hospital tile. No more than 1 police officer of each type can be on the same tile. Meaning it's not possible to move 1 police officer to a tile that already has another police officer of the same type. That seems...
He's clever, isn't he?
And do these things, if I have that one there, then that means I could pay 4 money
And do
to
that.
move that colour of cop 1
one red
One-
cop, some on the map, 1
Yeah.
space,
to
So-
1,
not-
1 hexagon.
1
Yes.
hex, to an adjacent hex, but not one that is already a red
Yeah.
officer.
Where does it say that they can only move
So-
1 hex?
That's in the description of the asset tiles, which is not
Right.
in your rule book, but it is
And
in
the
the
artwork.
Okay.
And the
artwork, okay, that's fine.
So yeah, I'll put that.
Okay.
Thank you very much. So I'm getting a red one.
Ah, yes.
Unlocking that one.
Yes,
Those
that's
So
slide
yeah,
across.
they don't
Mountain
slide down.
They don't.
No, there's no rules in there that tell you they slide down.
They don't matter.
So it's only these
It
that
doesn't
slide.
matter. The only reason these slide down
Oh,
is
because you can put them in any.
the
Yeah.
more, because, and I don't know if I mentioned this, yeah, the more of these you've got, the
Yes.
more points you get at the end of the game. So the order of these matters. The order of these, where you put
Yes.
equipment
So I can put
used,
my equipment
doesn't
Depends
matter.
on
right.
the use, isn't it? So we can.
So that flips everything.
All used equipment and contact cards.
So not fixer items.
Not fixers.
Not fixers.
That was a fixer, wasn't
That's
it?
Yeah.
a fixer.
Yeah, I'll have that one for 3 money.
You use 3 money when
Oh no,
you
when
use
I
it.
use it, so it just goes there. Thank
Yes.
you. Right, I think I'm done. Beautiful.
Yellow.
Yep, the contact card was the
So
last
to
one.
go 1, 2, 3.
That's not even a funny roll.
He shoots me in the back. They ignore me.
I don't want to follow you around the whole time, Mr. Yellow.
You don't have to, Mark.
You've written "not a criminal" on your T-shirt, got the end back to front.
Flippin' heck.
Right, so I move to number 1. Number 1 for me is income, so I dump that on there. There we are. I'll get the green
7
key.
money.
And I get 7 cash.
Green key, and also your notoriety goes down.
Notoriety goes down.
Or you lose 1 notoriety.
Is notoriety going up a good thing?
It can trigger.
It could be
Look
bad
at all
as
that
well.
stuff that you get when it goes up.
It's going to be hideous. I'm just going to be smashed in a minute. Okay, here we go
It
then.
can
Look,
help you to unlock these things.
listen,
but it doesn't mean the cops all move towards you, so...
I'm one of these kind of people who likes to keep friendly, so I'm going to go 1, 2. Hi, Rob.
I was going to say,
So,
but yet you play games like
up.
Scythe and Kemet.
Oh, I'm going to pay 1 thing to use my stunt thing, which gives me 1 thing.
Yeah.
How many things would you like?
I don't want to get what's it now.
Mark Gilborson.
Where are you going? Can I come?
So, I'm going to put a what's it on the thingy bob.
Yeah.
So that one
Safe
there.
house number 1.
Numero uno. And that is just here. There.
Okay.
Which is now
Yeah,
closed.
I'd like the black key, please, which is lucky. And there's something else I can do. I can take one of these fixture tiles. This one, these is it?
Yeah. Did you take one?
Oh, fix no, Nick.
If you get fixer, then you get, and you lose one notoriety.
Oh!
Because that's what.
No. Oh, thank
That's
you.
what happens at a safe house.
Okay.
That one's refresh other cards, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's all. That counts as a gang member.
I think that's it.
You'd like the escape key?
There you go. And then
My brain hurts.
That is a minus. This is a heal. That what's this?
that refreshes equipment
That's refreshing.
and contacts.
All of them.
Yeah, all of them.
So I want loads before I use that one. And this means you avoid police.
No,
That means.
you still have to avoid the police on the tile that you left, but you don't on the one that you fly over. You
So
can
they
take-
they shoot at you
you
as
could
you
go
as
from
you
there
fly away.
to there. Okay, I've got you. I need to.
So the green, black,
You need
and
this
brown.
one, don't you? Really?
It's
Please don't
notoriety plus.
I'm having this.
These ones.
I played the long
Down the
game.
bottom. So I've
We're
got
not
a
planned.
green safe right now.
Flipping heck.
Okay, so it's I believe the notoriety step.
Okay.
So,
I am leaning
In turn order, I go
blue.
up. I got 2.
Bing, bing, bing.
So
So
we get to move things towards it.
unlock an asset
Yeah.
tile.
So I unlock an asset tile. What asset tile am I going to want?
Well, do we move the cops first? And
No,
then
but that's what I'm saying. Mate. Let's do it in order. So
Asset top first, then move.
no, other way around.
So move the cops first
That's
then.
the cops. Yeah.
Yes.
so it
So move the cops
implies,
first.
this implies that
I
we
don't
move the
think
cops
we have
first.
Who has the rule book? Does it matter and which order does it say to do it in? Let's.
Just do it in turn order.
Notoriety.
At the point he triggers it,
think
two
it
things happen.
Seems to me.
Does it matter which way round, and if so, which way round should it be done? Because immediately, as soon as he triggers that line, two things happen. One's
Crossing the threshold. Every time your notoriety token crosses the threshold line, we're moving upwards. You gain an immediate. Immediately.
Yeah, I'll fix that. That's fine.
Is that an asset immediately? Or unlock an asset immediately?
If your notoriety token would later drop below
gain
the
an immediate
threshold line, you
benefit.
gain the
Should
you
say.
gain the bonus again. So I would immediately unlock one asset tile.
Yep.
Also, immediately when you cross the threshold, all players with less notoriety than you, internal, must move one police officer towards you.
Okay, so orange.
So I would have to unlock the thing first. So I'm going to unlock that one.
Where is he?
He's there, he's blue. So
Can I move it onto that
Yeah,
tile?
yeah,
There's
there's
not
a-
a blue one there.
there's a red,
Of course, yes,
Yep,
yeah,
so
yeah.
a black can move there, but a red can't.
So I'm just going to read this bit because they got it wrong on Wednesday, or they had difficulty understanding it. Right, the player moving the police officer can take them from any city tile, and we bold that, and place them on any other tile. Does not have to be adjacent,
Oh.
with the following conditions. The moved police officer must end up closer to the person that you're moving it towards. Okay? So you can move it from anywhere to anywhere.
Apart from the hospital and where there's one of the same colour. You still want to do that?
Right.
Because I want to
So-
move it. Of course you do. So,
I've got a black one on you.
that's good.
So it's me next, isn't it?
Yeah. so orange is gone, now it's green.
I think it makes sense to move a black one from where I am to where you are.
Yeah, I guess
You've been noted, sir.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, yellow, which is me.
Just me.
I will move this blue one to here.
Oh, well, that's what I was thinking.
And then you reset your...
Sadly, I'm going to attract as well.
Yeah, now orange.
Which asset did you unlock?
The one that I have. Yeah.
Green.
Avoid all the police on one...
Orange doesn't change.
On one hex.
Green
doesn't change.
Orange.
Yellow goes down by
goes
one.
down one.
Nothing changes. And then purple.
Purple goes
Up by one.
Up by one.
So you immediately unlock an asset.
What's really interesting on here is you don't want to unlock your best assets first because they're going to be expensive.
True.
You want to keep, I think.
But you still get access to them.
I like to have any. What does this do?
It's a master key.
It counts the key, so it counts as any one colour key that you wish.
I could use any of these, can I?
You can unlock anyone.
Unlock anyone, yeah. You don't use it. So.
Yeah.
Okay, and now everybody can move the cops.
Except for
Apart from me.
Yes, everybody with a lower
Notoriety.
notoriety.
Yeah.
Right, so...
So they get in order, so orange goes first.
towards purple.
Okay.
So...
Now green.
You want to move this one, here?
Yeah, I think so.
Sorry. It's cool. I'll move that red one to there because that's technically closer.
We are actually funny enough, aren't we? A little bit.
Okay, that's it. So,
I'm scared now.
Okay.
Evening.
Evening.
Can you tell me about wounds and healing now? Because I'm a bit worried about Josh. Don't worry about he dead? So if that happens, is he dead?
No, it's when if I take
He'll
one
then
more.
have some handcuffs
You
on
take
him.
the fourth.
Yeah.
Is that what happens?
It's at the point he takes the 4th point of damage. When he takes damage and he can't move any more from there to there,
Let me
There.
find those
he
rules.
gets
Well,
done.
I think you've got it.
No.
Yeah, I think between...
Are there handcuffs?
And everyone has
Yeah.
an executive action that you can use to heal yourself up to 1. You do first aid.
Once you've got the
say
handcuffs,
the
does
fourth
that
one
mean
means you
when
get handcuffs, or the fourth one means that you're dead?
You're not dead.
You can't
get
die.
handcuffed.
can't
There's no player elimination.
There's no player elimination. You cannot die.
So when you take your third cube, you get handcuffs?
No. At the point at which you would have to move a cube from the green to the red and you can't,
Yeah.
it resets, but you've taken a handcuff symbol,
If that happens again.
and I believe what does the handcuff symbol do? Let's take the cards in front of us there.
Just trying to find it. I'm scrolling too quickly through.
Do a dialogue and call this.
Do they matter? Wasn't the other side?
5 pearls on you.
Yeah, flip them.
Are they all the same?
Flip them.
Are they
Handcuffs on the...
Just
handcuffs
yeah.
on the side.
They're just
If you can't do it, you're taken in. You can't get rid of the handcuffs then?
No.
No. So they're permanent. If you ever try to move a cube from there to there and you can't, you're out.
and they block up a space
You're
basically.
not out. No, you're
You're
never
not
out.
out.
You're never out of the
Right.
gate.
Yeah.
This is about the designer of Kanban. You're not going to get eliminated from this guy.
You just get a handcuff card.
Player elimination.
The
got
bit you've
knocked
missed
out
is
here.
at the end of the game, for each handcuff card you've got, you lose a contact card.
Yeah.
Thereby reducing your
Oh, I
final
see.
score.
Okay.
So,
Yes. I was going to say.
And you can use this any time you wish.
As an executive
it's
action.
extra action.
And when you use something to refresh it, that refreshes. Yeah, everything refreshes. Okay, all right.
I just don't know if it refreshes at the end of the day. I think it does, but I'll have to check the
Okay.
end of the day rules. Okay, so where are we up to?
It's blue. Blue to go.
Blue.
Blue, yeah.
Blue's
Have we all
good.
done? Have we all
Yeah.
done the
In
notoriety?
the evening.
So it's
Already
evening.
done.
Just to let you
Yes.
know, if you want to take a turn during the night time, you have to get that extra action token before the night time
nighttime,
seconds.
So we can all do that
Yeah,
once.
you have to do it as an executive action during your evening phase to have the token ready to go for the afternoon phase, the nighttime phase.
Is there anything that notes that?
Yeah, you flip that to show you've done it,
Okay.
and then you put that on there, show you've got one to spare.
Okay, all right. So we've got to make that decision now then.
Yeah.
What's that symbol
Or
there?
before the end of this.
Which one?
Use the location.
Ah, right.
That's basically a summary of what you do with an action.
Yeah.
You get 3 movement points, you get hit by the police or whatever, and then you use the location.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So I am here. Thanks for everyone. Yeah,
You're in the store.
I am in the store.
Well,
and
Bombator,
there's, you know,
police have been tipped off that you're in the store.
Helmet, yeah. So I'm going to storm out with my mask and my bulletproof vest.
You could go there, remember?
For free.
You could.
I could go there
Stores them for a turn.
if I had the money.
Yeah. right now, he's running away from one lot of guys
Sell a
with guns
kidney?
to go on another bunch of guys with guns.
If I don't have the money, I cannot go to that space.
Okay.
But I do not have the money,
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
unfortunately. Because I did think that. I was like, oh, I could go there and I wouldn't have to do anything.
There is a
No,
line in the rules
don't have the
that
money.
said if you're not allowed to visit a location, what it actually means is that you cannot end your move on that location. It's not that you just can't go there and don't do it. You're not allowed to go there.
So I'm going to go.
It's particularly nasty because
One.
there's nowhere for us to go from there.
There's not a subway token out.
3.
Which there will be
And four.
next tomorrow. There's 2 of them, so we'll be okay then.
So I'm going to use those 2, and I'm going to take 1 wound from the SWAT team.
Why are you taking 1 wound and not 3?
Because he used
Because I used both of my equipment cards.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Very good.
Why did you use both? Oh, so it's,
Because I had to avoid 3 police officers.
Left-hand one is either or, not
To avoid
both. That's
yes.
right. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Okay, so orange.
What did you do when you got there?
I have not done that yet. I've gone to the business. So,
I took all the pain you're in the good stuff.
yeah, I've done the good stuff, yeah. So I am going
The
to
restaurant.
place that on the restaurant, which is
Okay, and that closes the restaurant.
green.
There's now 3.
Yeah,
Top or
so
bottom?
top.
Top.
So I'm going to get 7 money.
Okay. How did you know that the business is closed?
Does
3 cubes
Is
of
there a
flip?
way of
Is
it
marking
flip?
it?
There you go.
Yeah, so
And now you need a key to get
So
there. Any key.
another one closed earlier.
You don't need to go there.
One of the safe house number 1
Yeah,
closed
okay.
earlier.
No,
So-
the safe houses don't close. The
Don't they?
businesses close.
Okay.
Only the businesses.
yes, that's
And
right.
what else do I do when I go to a business? I
It is very clever, isn't it? It is. All
Take
these
a
subtle
contact
little
card.
nuanced things.
Which contacts do I want?
Just put your cup there, Mark.
Make any difference.
I already did.
And I put mine here to do a new one.
Is this Eagle Griffin? Are they doing this?
Yes.
They should have a competition for who can put the most coffee wings on the board.
Well, I think that Vital should actually use his own cup and use that, and they should use that to print.
Which one of these do I want? Let's into the fighter.
Okay. Snitch. Right, so this icon here, I didn't know what this did until today.
Get rid of
That-
the policeman.
Yeah, it removes
Oh,
a blue police officer from the board. Out of the game, not back in the bag.
that's cool.
Well. Oh God. Me now?
No, it's me.
Blue,
I
orange.
can go there,
You can,
and that doesn't. I don't.
correct?
Yeah.
But it
Um,
does cost
I
you
need to use my-
notoriety because you've gone to someone's.
Yes, and I
Yeah.
need to use my key. To
It
get
costs
in.
him notoriety,
Yeah.
it gains notoriety. It's not a cost, it's a benefit.
There's more guys trying to kill you.
If you want to see it like that.
Everybody's going to the restaurant. The business is closed,
Yeah, kicking in the front door.
but you had some money hidden under the floorboards.
Yeah, he's used the key to get there.
So, yeah, I've used my key to get in to get my
Turn
money.
over?
I have done it.
You have?
Oh, that was the turnover one, was it? Okay, alright.
Just make sure that's right. Yeah. And I am going to.
And you get one of these cards,
Yeah.
and then green can start their turn.
Ooh, that one doesn't cost that one. Some of them don't cost.
One of the gangs is missing
Medic.
the number 2 on it.
You need a medic.
Medic.
Medic would be good. But but it costs, and I don't have it.
Oh,
You could go to the medevac.
I wanted to do that on my action as well. Just flip that.
Sure.
To get.
Oh, nice. That's why he's not doing money.
So we can still take this action at any stage before
On
the end
your
of this turn.
Yes. So blue and orange. Blue has missed your opportunity to buy your extra action.
I'm not going to do it right now.
Yeah, I mean, they're one use only.
I will take the medic.
Because there's a potential of...
And it costs 5 to do it.
Yeah.
So if we use...
Yeah, there's also a potential when the city builds that there might be stuff on this side of the board that I want to do. If I'd move somewhere else, it might...
Yeah.
struggle.
Okay. Green. Mr. Green.
So you could use 2 actions to take 2 additional turns. Okay.
So at the moment, if I want to get one of those things, I think the only way I can do it is by using that, paying 5 money to do that, which is probably
Yeah.
At the moment, yes.
so I
There's other
will.
ways of getting.
When
So
you move
that's
out
when
of
you've
the
got
hex,
one in
avoid
each.
Avoid this, and you have to test to avoid the cost.
Whoever puts the 3rd one in gets that.
No, it's just whenever you play a third.
Once you have visited all businesses within a group.
When you have. Okay, right.
Using a helicopter to jump from one location to another using, say, the gang member ability, you ignore the police in the regions you're leaving and entering,
No.
You ignore them on the ones that you move through.
but not the ones you start in and end in.
Correct.
Okay.
Because they rush towards you as you're getting on the helicopter and go, oi, stop!
Right,
But you
so
don't-
I'll go to.
The ones you're entering, you
One,
ignore the police,
Correct?
don't you?
Yeah.
So it's just
2.
the one you leave and that
Yeah.
you have to worry about.
Shopping.
It's one movement point as well,
Place.
so you could do that and then
And then
move another turn.
Take a.
It isn't your entire move.
Go to a shopping
Store.
place. Does notoriety go up when you
2.
go to a shopping place?
No.
No.
It
there's no one
does
else
if there's
there.
someone else there.
Yeah, but that's not the location, that's just a
There's
standard.
no cops here.
I could buy some
They all
equipment.
bond over
That's because they all went to the convenience store and tried to make it key.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Only the
I'm
SWAT
gonna
team
do
shot me.
my executive action to do that one, which costs 5 money to
Yeah.
get a thingy. Thank you. Which you can have any number on it on this step.
I believe so.
And then yes, I'm going here. I can buy 2 equipments and potentially open a locker.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll try and buy 2.
It's a no-go on the locker.
No go. What about the green ones?
You've got the green
black
key.
You haven't got a green key.
I
Got black
see.
key, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Well, I got over again with the key.
So yeah,
I could try punching it some more.
one of these. That's a black and blue.
Black or blue.
Black or blue.
Black or blue. So
Got a blue.
I have a red one as well, costing 5.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're going to do.
He's going to get to where you want to go.
It is.
Which one did you want to go to?
I'll go to the
Thank
hospital.
you.
Nice try. Sense the wafting aroma of bullshit.
Well, the hospital.
Oh, you
Lazy cleaners.
Marvellous. Right. Okay. I'm going to spend 3 and use my really cool car
Yeah.
to ignore the cops and the locations as I drive, which does, sorry if I raise my notoriety as I drive off into the finger.
Yeah, you don't use that yet. You don't use that just yet. It's used then.
Okay. I'll move out of there and use it.
No, you use it in the step 2. We're in step 1, travel.
Okay. So
But you're avoiding
Trouble,
cops.
then you
Yeah.
avoid. Then you avoid.
Now
You go there first, and then you avoid the cops.
No,
after.
And now you use it. Yeah.
Okay.
It can be important.
It's ridiculous.
So you use all of those.
I'll ignore them, yep, because I drive really fast.
And then there's
So-
none here, and then you
Okay.
have
None
a safe
there.
house.
Yep, so on top of that,
Safe house number 3.
safe house number 3, please. I'll have that nice shiny looking green key. Notoriety goes down. Okay, key, items from the fixer.
Yeah. And then you can be taking your turn.
Where do I get these people? I've forgotten.
I pay that now, don't I?
The restaurants. There's one below.
I pay that now.
Yes.
The
And there isn't anywhere you can get those now at the moment.
Right. And I also pay
Oh, there.
5, so I'm paying 7 in total.
You don't get one if you go
That's the
there.
convenience
That's the equipment.
We've only had one business come out on round
Yes,
one.
we have.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the restaurant, which is why everybody's gone there.
Yes.
So they
there's
go
no
there.
other businesses.
You move to another Subway location.
There isn't one.
No.
So whatever there's not many choices, is there?
Yeah.
Is that worth all getting?
Yeah.
No, because it's got 3 people on it, 3 cops on it. No way.
The
space, the space that you end on, you don't have to avoid them.
No.
No, I realise that. When I'm taking 2 hits, I'll take 3 over there.
Well, you're taking 3 when you leave that space. They may not be there by the time you leave.
Yeah, I can't take that chance though. So I'm going to go 1.
Look what gang members do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use them to avoid.
You can use them.
It's 5 money. See, here I can buy equipment. What else can I do here?
You can
Get some
open a
gas.
locker.
And open a locker.
I can't quite open a locker. I need 1 more person to do that.
Black needs 5.
Yeah, well, I've got 1. I've got 4.
Yeah.
Which is why I want to get a person first. So
You could also go to the exit.
Do we have? We all start with notoriety 1, don't we?
Yeah. Yeah, you can go to an exit.
You can go to
Because
an exit.
there is money. What happens when you go to an exit that's open? You get income.
When you visit an exit, do the following. Gain 1 notoriety for each other playing your current location. If the exit is open, receive income and then take a contact card.
There you go.
that's what I want to do.
Oh, it's printed on there. It's actually printed.
Yeah. 1, 2. That's exactly what I want to do.
If the exit is closed, you would either receive
You do this.
income or take a tile.
So where were you?
I take 2
take
hits.
and then take a contact
You
card.
can't avoid these.
No.
So you went 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So you get income and you take a
I've
contact.
7 money, please. That's exactly what I want.
There you go. I forgot
Okay.
about exits.
Ninja. I can avoid 2.
Spot the old ninja.
That gives me.
An extra
extra
action
action.
open for 4.
That's quite good.
Rather than 5, which is currently costing.
In which case, I could still do this, couldn't I, for 5?
Yeah.
Now then, I want to go and open that locker, so I will have my 5. So if I do this then, pay 5.
Hang on. We're doing this first.
Oh, I'm doing this as executive action.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Just take this.
Yeah.
Where's that go? Just there.
But you're still taking one of these.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I'll have another one of those. I'll have that fixer there.
So your choices are,
That's 4.
you could put it there,
Yeah.
and that is what you want to do, but just to remind you, you didn't have to do that. You could have overwritten the other
That
one,
one.
and that would have increased your notoriety.
Okay.
So if you really want to increase your notoriety, there are
That's the
ways
way
that
of
you
doing
can
it.
force.
There's 4 money.
Thank you.
Have I received my income yet?
Yeah, so you're doing that means you're flipping him now.
Yeah.
So you've got another one of them.
Oh, I'm not doing that now.
Well, don't pay the full money then.
Don't pay the full money. You pay the full money when you use them, not
Sorry,
when you
yeah,
get them.
yeah, sorry, yeah. And you gave me the money, Paul, did you? My 7 income?
The income.
I don't know.
No,
Did
you
I?
don't. No.
How much cash you got? I thought you did. How much cash have you got?
No, I've got
many times have you gained
10,
income?
11. My 3rd time gaining income.
Yeah, I did. Oh, no, I did.
Oh, there it is. We were both right.
Right.
Okay, that's the first.
Okay. So, notoriety phase. Blue.
Yes. I do not gain or lose any.
Orange.
Pink.
That's green.
Zilch.
Oh. Okay, green.
It's like whenever we play games and I was moved blue.
Yellow. Nothing. Purple. Nothing.
Nothing.
Okay, so
Okay.
no one triggers anything. So we go to the nighttime
Does yours
phase.
go down?
So I'm going to reset, yeah. Go to the nighttime phase.
It's night time. Who's going to sleep and who's staying up?
I'm
So
going
it's
to sleep.
compare in order. So blue. Do you wish to spend a token or you can't? So you
I'm
know.
going to sleep.
Okay.
I am
Orange.
staying up.
So you spend your token.
I do. I was just trying to read. Can you use both gang members at the same time?
You may perform any number of executive actions on your turn.
Okay.
So mind if I lawyer speak there?
Hmm?
I can either
Yes.
confirm nor deny.
I'll just read out word for word what's in the rulebook and then see if.
If I didn't
You see if
use
it's
that,
clear.
use that, I'd get 2. But if I
Yeah,
use
fully
that, I'd get 1. If I go to a clinic, I heal a wound, unlock an asset, and take contact. Okay, so
He's using it.
if I used one, I can fly there.
There is a helipad in this tile, yeah.
Mhm. Now, do I want to use that to go there? And then I'll take 2 and then lose 1. Or just using both. I will use the 1 to fly. Oh, it goes back there. Oh, I'm going to use that first. Oh no, but then no, I won't. I'll use them both. I'll use them both. So I avoid all them police, and then I'm flying over to there.
So that's one movement point
Yeah.
used.
And I'm staying there.
So
Right, okay.
you use 1 to avoid the police
Yeah.
and 1 to move.
To fly.
One to do
Yeah.
the fly.
And now that those gangs go back, that goes back there.
Yes.
Okay.
And now
Where were you on this tile?
I was here.
So you would have gone 1, 2, 3. It was 4 away, wasn't it? And you didn't.
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
gas. So
yeah.
the one of the gangs stole a helicopter.
Flew me there.
Flew you there.
And the other one
The other
distracted the
one-
police.
But that's it. That's your. This gang is now available again for.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in the clinic. That's going down there for 1. I get to unlock an asset tile
And you take a contact
and
card.
take a contact card, which I'll do first, and then I can do the tile afterwards.
So the hospital. Oh, sorry, in the clinic.
Yeah.
You also lose a notoriety?
No.
No, you gain one there, that's right. The pluses are unfortunate,
Yeah.
because there's the plus here.
Yeah, but plus of these are always inside a star.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right, and it's always a white plus.
Does
with a
that
red
then mean
background.
It's not a
literally
plus.
mean?
It's a
Yeah.
red cross.
Red
but
cross, yeah.
This is the sewer. So you move exactly as per the diagram,
So it'd be from there to there.
and
Ignore-
you're moving along an edge like
Yeah.
this. Now, if you were to move from there to there, that would cost you 1 movement point because you're changing from one land type to another. So it doesn't change the rules for movement. So if this was black as well, if this whole area was black, you could use the sewer card to move from there to there, and it wouldn't cost any movement points because you're moving within
Yeah, and you'd be avoiding.
one terrain type.
So if you were to there and you wanted to move to there, that would be free and all that edge.
Except,
Yeah,
no,
I
because
think.
Well, you're
There's no-
starting
there's
in
no
one and
light brown
ending
there.
in.
I am gonna take
You're starting and ending in the same land space.
the ninja,
It's what the old ninja.
and I will.
It's a car rally.
So yeah, I almost wonder if one of those red crosses should be the cross serpent. Is the other medical
Oh,
symbol.
the yeah, whatever it's called.
Take that.
Yes.
I did know.
It's Roman, I think, isn't it? It's,
Yeah.
yes.
I'll look it up.
I was trying to think other medical symbols. That's
Yeah.
the only one. That's the first one that sprung to mind.
Barber's pulp.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, the hospital allows you to move up to 3 cubes for money.
Yeah, it heals you completely, but you have
Yeah.
to pay and it costs you.
One through six.
Caduceus.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's a
That.
two.
So
two
like Josh
yeah,
says,
two of the snake,
so it's
yeah.
Robert's go.
Two of the serpent.
okay.
So Eagle Griffin Games are the ones who do the really high production,
Yes.
big thick cardboard.
Lisboa, Vigneault, Scalorist, and
There's a
this will be the fourth one.
Kanban? Lawnmowers,
No, they didn't do Kanban. They didn't. They didn't
The art is
do-
different from.
It's the same
standard,
artist.
isn't it? Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
What for this?
So he did the Gallerist. It's Ian O'Toole. Hello, Ian, if you're watching. He did the Gallerist. He did Lisboa, and he did this.
Galleries is beautiful.
And I think one of the things which is great about Ian's style
Different.
is it's very, very different.
Really different.
It's,
Looks very
it's-
different, yeah.
for an artist to be able to do such very different styles that fit with the game
Yeah.
itself.
Has
It's
he
like-
done all of the card art as
Yeah.
well?
Yeah.
Done everything?
Yeah.
It's like you look at a lot of artists like Vincent Dutrake, for example. You can tell
it's his.
it's a vintage
Yeah,
Dutrake game
yeah.
because you apply his art style.
Absolutely.
So I think this one, you pay 2 money
And you move
to...
around. Yeah.
Move
one
a
range.
Oh, right.
federal police officer.
One hex from one hex to the adjacent hex.
Right.
Cards refreshing, does it happen at the end of
Have
each
a
day?
rest.
I'll have a look at that.
Because if it Yeah.
I'm
Only when you rest.
I couldn't see that.
I'm going to look that up.
Okay, I'm gonna spend that.
I kind of think from day to
To
day.
go
Things are a bit powerful.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Gas tank.
It cost me a gas tank.
Yeah.
I avoided those police by going that way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't have to avoid them. So I don't have to avoid any police.
No, but you will
Tiles
gain.
don't come back
Gain one.
at the end of the day.
They
I
don't.
do
When
gain
you
one
rest. Your
notoriety
rest token
because
comes
there's
back at the end of
somebody
the day.
in the restaurant.
That's all that flips.
Yeah.
Because I was having looked
And you
at
have
that
to-
flip.
you have
because
to
I was
use
going
the key.
That
no
flips,
flip,
you put the time marker
Right
back,
Yes.
Yeah.
and there is something else that happens in the rest phase.
Which is, I've just read it,
All players with 1 or 2 notoriety
get
get a free
do
asset tile unlock.
When,
Including you.
when you personally rest.
All players. No, sorry. That's at the end of the day.
Oh, cool.
At the end of the day, or effectively at the start of days 2 and 3, if you have 1 or 2 notoriety, you get an asset tile.
Oh, that's nice.
So interestingly, the 2-player rules for this, there is so Sandra, who used to work at the car factory. Yeah. Right, she's left the car factory.
Left, she's not.
She's now working
Okay.
in the city as a police detective.
Business.
So Sandra is in this game as a police detective,
Between what we
having
done.
formerly been disillusioned with her job working in the Kanban car factory, which is brilliant.
Put this in the restaurant in the lower section, please.
You pay your key for that?
He has.
Yes. And I can get a contact card.
Everybody's been to the restaurant.
Yeah.
It's a good restaurant then.
It was.
It was. It's so good that we closed it down.
Taking your money out of it. It's
Okay.
The snitch, pay 1 money to
remove blue
blue
police
police
officer
officer.
out of the game.
I'm going to move to the clinic, please, which heals me up. This is my
So you gain a reputation.
for 1.
Yeah.
And you have 1 cube.
Yep. I will unlock that.
There's going to slide.
And you take a card.
I'm still choosing which one I want.
Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
I think
Go on, Bob.
I think I choose.
You can be taking your go. If you wanted to.
Yeah.
So you spend your extra action token.
Buying stuff.
I'll have the bribe
Okay,
ones.
let's see who comes in, please.
I will
Oh, that's just a straight up minus.
use my key.
That's right.
To unlock. 5,
Did
please.
you get your gas can?
Yeah, got the gas can. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get a
So,
black bag.
not quite.
Why?
Hold on.
Because I don't
Better.
think you take the top one, you take.
I could choose what I
You get
want.
to choose.
You get to choose, but you don't get to look at what's in them. So right.
They're all the same.
If you meet this criteria, so to open a locker, you must meet the following criteria. You must have the key tiles the same colour, and the sum of your position on the notoriety track plus the number of contact cards must be equal or higher than the number. To meet this criteria, you flip the key tile to show it's been used. Secretly draw a number of tiles from the corresponding stack. The number of tiles you draw depends on the locker. This is depicted on the board below the lockers.
I've got to do it secretly because you could look away, like talking about yourselves.
Just don't show us when you look at them.
Ah, I've got to reveal them
So,
secretly.
draw a number of tiles equal to the number of contact cards you have on your player board.
2.
Okay.
Okay.
So you're guaranteed not to get the 0.
Ah.
Because there's only 1 0 in there.
Now you pick one to keep.
And then choose one of
So
them.
they're going to have different...
Numbers on. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
says on.
There's 2 that are 70
there.
and 2 that are 100.
So I just take the one I want?
Yeah, it's down there.
Ah, got
You've got to
it.
buy your money.
Covers up your equipment.
And I'm going to...
And that gets reshuffled.
I believe so.
And now I'm going to buy
Yeah,
equipment.
just so you shuffle those tiles.
Mhm.
So... How many pieces of equipment can I buy?
2.
Up to
Oh,
two.
well, yeah, there's a big clue.
You only have space for one unless you want to ditch something else.
I can overwrite something.
Yeah.
You could
But if I overwrite that,
No, you're losing the points.
You're losing the points.
You don't want to do
That's
that.
pointless.
Dump the brief.
I'm just going to buy one then.
Okay.
There's nothing I could do to unlock one of these before I do that.
No.
I can't. No.
No.
Okay.
don't think so.
3 money. I'm fancying the gas.
The either or.
Yeah. The either or.
Okay. So if you're wanting to now take a 5th action this turn, you now need to flip the fixer in order to have your next token.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but thank you.
So notoriety step.
If they all refreshing into the devil. Oh, can I do this?
I've not done anything.
Yeah.
And that just does that?
Yeah.
And does that flip back at the end?
No.
No.
Okay, it's when you
Same when you rest.
I'm not gaining anything.
I gain 1 notoriety.
Okay. Yellow,
1 notoriety.
orange, very purple.
No.
No. Right. Morning. Dawn.
No one has any tokens.
No one has any tokens.
Yep.
Right. Okay.
Day 2.
That is the end of day
Are we not
one.
meant to move police?
No, because it's only when it goes over the
threshold.
threshold.
Over the threshold.
Okay, so now we do
Point you've got
phase
to
6, which is reset the time marker. Everybody's rest token, if you used it, flips back. And now everybody with 1 or 2 notoriety may unlock an asset tile.
That's very good.
Ooh.
Okay. And now we go on to day 2.
Okay.
So phase 1 income.
7 for me.
7, please.
6 cash free.
Pass it round, take your money. What's phase 2? City?
City,
Card,
yeah.
reveal patrol card.
Oh no,
Patrol cards
yeah.
and then
Patrol
the city.
cards.
So, number 3, and
Okay.
one of them shut off. It is number 1. So number 1 will
So
not
number
be
1 is
extra.
shut off. So,
So the
now,
one that we can see.
now we need to read the rules on what happens when the second card gets placed on a patrol space, which we skipped over earlier on.
We did, yes.
It's like a slightly more complicated version of Clank.
Patrol.
Isn't it?
If the revealed card causes a second card to be placed on patrol space, that exit is now blocked. If the city tile depicting that exit is either on the board or face up on one of the stacks,
Yeah, it's on the board
Yeah.
there.
is, yes.
Take one of the exit.
Take one of the exit tiles and place it face down,
One of the exit tiles.
Which
one of the stacks of exit tiles. Place it face down, covering the exit space on that city tile. If the city tile depicting the exit is not yet visible, place the stack of exit tiles on top of the patrol cards for that exit.
You would have put it here if that wasn't on the board. You'd have put it there.
As soon as that exit is visible on the city tile on the display, you put them on that space. So now you can go there to
You can
get
still go
those
there to
tiles.
do. It works in a similar way to lockers. You look through, and you
What does
pick
it
one.
cost you to unlock?
Yeah.
Is it just free?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't need a key.
So it's so is it just
Two
money?
zeros, 2 80s, and 1 110.
110.
And you draw how many of them?
Number of cards equal to the number of contact cards you have.
Gotcha.
Mm.
And you also gain income.
You gain
Yes.
income.
Gain income or leave.
If it's the third day.
Yeah.
And it's not the one that's closed.
Except you can't leave.
Yes, yes, yeah.
That,
Go in
that is
there.
closed. So.
So it gets go in there, gets you income,
So
and
why
gets
does it
to
say
draw.
slash exit?
Yeah,
when
I
you
don't
can't
know,
exit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So it's
strange.
strange.
Odd that.
What's the top right symbol? Is that gain
Gain a
or-
Gain a contact card.
So it's and or. So it's income and a contact card, and
Yes.
then take one of the two.
Yes, income and a contact card.
I think I know why it might do that, because if it was open for some reason on a third day and you didn't want to exit but you could go there to get some money.
No, it would be because those are the two
No, because
stacks.
they only go there if it's
They go on the closed ones. It's going to be either exit 2 or 3 that's open that we can escape from. So we can never exit.
But at an open exit you
we
can,
don't play.
Oh, no. It's not exit. It's either take income
or take an exit tile.
or
Yes.
take one of those tiles.
Oh, gotcha. So,
Yeah,
so
yes.
it's either cash in hand or.
Or a random,
Endgame.
well,
Yes.
not a random amount of
Yeah.
cash, but
Yeah,
yeah.
an endgame.
Yeah.
point.
And
Do
take a
we
contact
draw
card.
the contact before or after we decide how many of them we can draw through?
Looks like after.
Well, yeah, it's A and it's B, but that is a very good point. I'll need to highlight that because you're right. Because taking the contact card will,
adjust how many.
yeah, if you choose to take an exit tile, draw a number equal to the number of contract cards that you have on your display. So yeah,
And then you take a contact card.
Right.
So now we need to do the city stuff.
Yep, in order, play city tiles.
Yeah.
So we need to do our turn order first.
No, turn orders
No,
4.
yeah. Yeah. So we do.
Okay,
the
so
rules
we place the city maps in order of last turn.
I'm writing in the comments, say, the order of these is important. Is it A and then B? If it is A and then B, we need to add the word then to the end of line A. And there's already the word then at the end of line A. So I will ignore that comment. Either receive income or take an exit tile.
Then,
yeah, take a contact card.
That's fine.
So, I get to put one of these on the board.
You do.
Where are we in the phase?
You are in step 2. Sorry, phase 2.
3.
3.
We've just done
phase 3.
cards.
Why have we done income then?
We did.
No, sorry.
He never got to you.
He never got past me.
But it's still being passed around.
Once again, I'm not getting my income.
The jar of income has not made it around the table.
Because I'm paying with crooks.
Actually, on the left-hand side.
Well, what do you expect? So, I'm going to take this.
Quite like the mini in this. It's quite good.
Oh, it's very good. Yeah.
You have, yeah. That's it.
So it has to be adjacent to at least 2 tiles. And one terrain type has to match.
Yep.
2 gang members go on there. And a business of your choice goes on there.
What business of my choice would I like to go on there? I would like the bar, please.
The bar. So that'll be this one here.
Okay.
Well, no, popular the bar is going to be.
Orange. Orange.
There is another.
There is another business.
Another
It's the business that's floating.
Floating in the water.
Yeah.
Yes. The floating whatever.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool if it's like a floating restaurant.
Floating casino, yeah.
Floating casino, yeah. A floating art gallery. Or a floating.
And it does have an F on it, so we'll need to explain the ferry rules.
Yes, I had moved to the ferry rules and then we jumped to somewhere else on the rules.
And we'll need to explain the helicopter rules.
So I'm not going to get to place a thing, am I? Because I'm last.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yes. The ferry rules were. There was one thing I was confused about in the ferry rules, but that's fine. So we can do that in a minute.
Is it?
Oh, that's a safe house. That's a business, right?
Yes.
With the undergrounds, you can basically, if you move to an underground, you can move to any other underground.
Yeah, they all count as being in the same location in terms of movement. So it's free to move between
you said?
Free to move between them.
Yeah, and you get +1 movement.
Yeah. It's the opposite of what you said. It doesn't cost you 1 movement.
Yeah, it's free to move, and you get an extra movement bar.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You don't pay for a ticket or anything.
Well, we are dealing in minimum of thousands of dollars.
Yes.
And the subway ticket is 50 cents.
Yeah.
Okay, green.
So say house number 2.
So hospital helicopter location. If you move to here, then for 1 movement point, you then go from here to somewhere within 2.
Oh, good choice.
It's interesting the subway is better than a helicopter.
Is it?
When you get an extra
Depends.
movement,
It depends.
you've only got it's only in certain places, but ecologically it's quite nice.
But this moves.
So if I do this business, does it have to be?
to there?
Yeah.
It can be any of those.
Subway.
Blue,
Any of those
black.
kind of
Leave
businesses.
It must
Somewhere
touch
else.
either
Yeah,
a blue
go
or
straight
black,
on.
and it must touch 2 other X's.
At least 2.
And the business I place could be a red business
Could be
or a
anything.
blue business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's your choice.
If
It
the
can go there, it can go there, it can go there, it can go there, it can go there.
that will be dictated by your escape plan card most likely.
Yeah.
But if the red business comes out and you visit all of the red businesses, then you get a bonus.
Yeah.
It's funny, we played on Wednesday and we got to the end of day 2 at 9:30 and we were like, right, okay, so we're not going to finish this, okay? You could finish it if you wanted to by just escaping early. And Paul was like, well, I was going to do that anyway, and we finished the game. Day 3 lasted about 20 minutes. I mean, they just went played really quick, because by then they knew the rules and they had an idea of what they wanted to do, and suddenly day 3 was blitzed. Paul got out early, and then the other 2 just managed to get out, because there is a rule that we didn't mention, but once 1 player has escaped, every player from then on, before you take your turn, you have to pay 1. If you don't have 1, you're arrested in the game. So
Yes.
Pay 1.
Pay 1.
Yeah,
player.
it becomes harder to escape.
And then the cost to escape goes up as well. So
It's like the dragon bringing that extra
Graham
cube.
got out. He had exactly the right amount of money
Okay.
to take his turn and then get out.
Okay.
Otherwise, game over.
Yeah. It's not like anything that I can really think of.
No.
No.
I don't think it's a good thing.
You don't think that's a good thing?
Which I think is a good
Oh,
thing.
it's good. It's a really good thing, yeah. So many games are derivative, aren't they? Because I've played this before with different
And
schemes.
I'd like
Which
to
ones?
put,
That's
It's a
interesting.
rubbish subway journey.
Yeah, literally the subway only goes to one place and you can't go anywhere else.
Of all the places you want to
oh, of course, I haven't got the thing which lets you travel across water, so...
No,
But
There's a ferry there.
there's a ferry,
there was a ferry.
Right,
which
so... Because it
means
says F, right.
Ian knows because he's read it.
As long as you enter here, all this water is travelable.
Not
You, yeah.
quite that.
So,
So, water can only be crossed using normal movement if there is a ferry icon on the water space of a city tile that is part of the same body of water.
that's the entire thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Presence of a ferry icon indicates there is a ferry on the entire body of water, and it can be used even if your movement does not start or end on the tile with the ferry icon.
That's
Okay,
it, yeah.
it's better than I thought. Yeah,
Yeah. So that F is actually
The whole thing.
there.
Yes.
There's a ferry operational here.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, so which one do you want going down?
So... Let's have the...
I think the camera's broke.
Hmm?
I think the camera's broke.
No, I think it's still.
No,
Recording.
no, they'll think that it's,
Yeah.
if we've already...
Oh right. So we all stand still. Yeah.
Let's have the casino.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all the purples.
The floating casino.
Yeah.
Otherwise known as a very large yacht.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And you get to place the last tile.
Okay, grab it over, please.
Exit number
I'll
2.
Pop it down in here.
So you've made that subway really short. No, it's rubbish, isn't it? Look at that, it's even worse.
So the lakes are touching.
It's the subway end of the world.
They imagine they all the lakes.
Yeah. Don't matter unless you've got a jet ski.
There you go. And we'll put that one back on.
Okay.
The
great subway network.
The post-it thing
That's one.
is touching the blue
Yes.
and the green,
Yeah.
even though it looks like it's stuck on the green.
Yeah.
It's touching the
Yeah, it's not just where the adhesive is.
I did that in the
Okay.
work. Right.
Yes, I did see that, and I was like,
So do we turn these
What's this
over
about
now?
just
And now it makes perfect
leads to most. So green, orange, and yellow. Move blue and purple out of the way a second. Just across to one side. No, yeah, keep them in the same order.
Yeah.
Then switch yellow and orange around. No, yeah, that's it. Move them to the top.
One goes back.
Now switch blue and purple around.
Wow, we'll go from last to second last.
I've gone from first to...
That's terrible, isn't it?
I've gone from first to last.
Right.
Okay. So that was.
Well, I suppose I've got the benefit of my notoriety.
So 5 turns.
Cool. Right, I will go 1, 2, 3 to safe house number 2.
So you go 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
Okay. I'll take.
You don't have to avoid any dots.
Score pad.
That's safe house number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Take the green key.
Yeah, score pad. Good time to go through the score pad.
Okay.
Okay.
So I
So
gain
you
income.
have the money from your escape plan card.
Yeah.
10 for every asset tile you have flipped. Points based on how many contact cards you've got. And then minus your notoriety level and the number of wounds. And then you add cash on hand.
I'll say cash.
Oh, and also you add on your bags that you've collected.
So that says 100, but that's just 5.
Yes.
So it's not at 500.
No, it's 5.
It's minimal.
It is. You need a little bit of cash.
So I put that there,
Okay.
which now means so
Oh, you have been to...
yeah, all 3 safe houses. So I get my key,
Yeah.
take them, drop my minus 1 notoriety.
Because it's a safe house.
Yep.
I can buy items from the fixer.
Yep.
So that's a free helicopter, effectively, isn't it?
Well, it's 1.
8.
Because you want to buy the
Plus
time.
one
Yeah.
to buy. If I want it, and it's that on first aid kit. Do I need... Keep...
But the green can be
I'm not
flying.
going to actually, because I keep them free.
Okay.
And I now get to do this.
This?
Yep.
Yeah. Which one of those do you want?
So that is income plus taking an asset.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to take that one to there.
And get 5 income.
Get 5 income, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Is that what I do with the safe house?
Believe so.
Mm-hmm.
Green.
What's the benefit? Oh yeah.
Can't leave home without a first aid kit.
Yeah, but I don't know what the benefit of flipping it is. I suppose
pay
when you
two
want to
money.
refresh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to use that and then I want to refresh. And get all
We'll
of it back.
use this
yeah.
executive action
And this.
to move this red one
Oh,
one
yeah,
space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got this.
So
There's one place you can move it to.
to
There.
to there. That's not ideal. Yeah, it's something.
Okay.
And then I move 1, 2.
What would you move
so-
him to a place where you're going to be leaving?
Because you can't,
Yeah,
you
only
can't
place.
move it
I
anywhere.
don't want
the
to be in the
hospital.
place. I don't want to be
Yeah.
here.
Oh, I see.
Do you have to avoid this guy?
Okay.
Yes, I do. So I could
Yeah.
use that one.
Yep, you could use that.
Is this still
Does
right
that give you
trouble
a
for
no?
everyone?
Does that give you
No, it doesn't give
No,
notoriety.
Rob's here and he's green.
a no? It's only the ones that got
Oh,
the
that's
red
what
star.
you meant
Yeah.
to, isn't it? Okay.
And then I do the restaurant thing.
Yep. Do the restaurant.
So
Sorry, the bar.
The bar.
Yeah.
the bar thing. So put this on. Put this on the lower portion, and then I can get a contract card.
Yep.
Got the space.
And then orange.
Just go into that.
Yeah!
If it's not him, it's me. What's that number 3? 3 is income.
So it goes there, and you get
No keys.
5,
6.
6.
6, yeah.
Six minutes.
And can I have the first aid kit?
Yep.
What does the spy do?
Costs. Take a contact card. Take one of these.
And I'm going to use that first aid
Oh yeah, so you buy him now, then you pay 2 to then take
Yeah.
if you want when it comes out.
Yes.
Cool, cool.
Fully healed.
Taking you a while.
I kind of got to wait for Rob because what I might do might depend on what he does.
Yeah, I'll have the spy.
We've already got spy. You're allowed to have
Oh, it's a different
more than one of the
different
same.
spy. Yeah.
So
Oh, it is.
this allows you to take move over water.
For that turn, you can travel on water.
You can walk on water?
Yeah.
So here allows me to do one of those heal and what's that one? Oh, what's that one name?
Unlock an
Unlock an
asset.
asset.
Oh yeah, that's,
And get.
that's fantastic.
Wait, it's either or.
Safe house does give you
I know,
minus one
sorry.
to
No, it is
roll.
that. No, it is that.
Yeah.
It is that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's not on the.
That seems to be so strong. I'm not getting any money, that's the problem, but it's deadly over here. Right, it's like a war out there. So, I am going to heal a wound, do it in the wrong order.
That's all right.
Take a card and unlock a time.
Unlock and tiles.
I can unlock one of these tiles.
Yep.
I wish I'd done that now. Can I take this one?
Yeah, and then everything slides along.
And I can take one of these. So I've got, what have I got fighting against? Got this, which is fight escape. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Where's the fight? This one here. That's one of them. Okay. That seems to be really poor. So, for example, if we had this then,
Yep.
I could go 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So ending on the subway is.
Do you know what? That might be really helpful for at the very end.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. No, you're there, aren't you?
Yeah.
This would be 1,
Sorry.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
2, 3.
Yeah, that's right.
drink the gas full.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, purple's done
Okay.
blue.
Yes. So I'm gonna go 1.
Okay.
My notoriety goes up there as well.
Gain a
Does
notoriety.
it?
Yeah.
I
No, only if there's someone else there.
If somebody else there.
Oh, I thought the clinic, you...
No,
No, it's the hospital.
Just the hospital.
Yeah, that's why it's hot. Big
Alright.
red star.
Yeah,
white cross
yeah.
out.
do I.
Wow, 3 businesses are going to come out and...
think
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to use the fighter. I might have to take a rest. Which is nice.
Okay, so you've avoided him.
Yep, I've avoided him.
Now you are at the...
I'm at the bar.
So your notoriety goes up by 1.
Yes, it has,
Because
yes.
of that. And then...
That goes on there.
Okay, take a go.
I'll take contact, isn't it? Yes.
And then you're done.
Okay.
So we can start doing the notoriety step.
Yep. I go down by 1.
Green, you stay the same. I also go down by 1.
Purple stays the same. Blue goes up by 1.
Goes up by 1. I'm going to take that.
Okay.
So you can keep doing the backwards and forwards and keep getting this.
Every time you cross the line in an upwards direction,
You do it.
that
Yeah.
happens.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
It's a nice little
day.
Your notoriety cube's reset.
It does, yes.
It's the afternoon of day 2.
I'm going to pay 5 to do 2 executive actions, which is to flip this black and this red, and move the red and the black where I am into there.
Oh, thanks.
No problem. Then I'm going to move to this convenience store.
So you go 1,
Convenient. Yep.
2.
And then, so in the convenience store, take a barrel.
Get some petrol.
Thank you.
Or gasoline.
Buy 1 or 2 equipment tiles.
And take a contact.
I'm not going to bother. No, it's not a contact
No, it's
tile.
not contact. It's the locker.
I'm now going to
Locker,
use a
sorry.
green key to unlock. So I'll take 3 of them, please.
3 of those?
1, 2, plus 1.
No.
That's only to.
Oh, no, sorry, plus 1.
Plus
yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Plus one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's, yeah,
Green.
draw 1 more than.
One more than the number of contacts cards you have.
What's the most valuable one? What's on
90.
90.
Yeah, cool, I'll take that one. I'll pop them back.
Yes, I'll take the 90.
That's it for me, I think. Yep.
it's green?
1 second, just am I going to buy something?
You might as well prepare, Rob.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to buy anything.
I'll get it right one day.
I want to unlock an asset.
Clinic.
Mind you, if I get another contact and I put it there, then that goes in. I can't. But I could go here.
No.
No.
Contacts go down the bottom. You'd have to throw away one of your other contacts,
Got to pay for my
which
bike.
raises your notoriety because you've
Right.
dumped a member of your crew.
Right.
Yeah. The spaces with asset tiles are locked spaces. You cannot put something on them.
So the church isn't out yet. I can't go to the church.
No, the church is coming out rather late in the game.
Yeah, church didn't come out until
Round 3 last time. Okay.
and Graham kept saying that he shouldn't have gone there.
So
And you then went to the church, did you, for that? Though?
Yeah, you then went to the church and then realised it was a really bad thing. I don't quite understand why. But
What's the church do again?
Decrease notoriety and you get the asset
notoriety.
contacts.
it looks quite good.
It
but
does
for
look
some
good.
reason.
It's
I think it delayed him a turn. or
It's
something.
probably not good in the third day.
Oh yeah, look at that. That is good.
So I'm flipping that. No, first I move. So I'm moving 1, 2.
Now what?
Cops,
Yeah.
2 cops to evade.
Yes.
So I flip that to evade the red one. Take a wound from the other.
SWAT team's going to shoot you.
SWAT team. That's a black guy.
No,
yeah.
yeah.
Right.
The black guy's the SWAT team.
Okay, and then I do the business thing, which is
Put a
casino, the green one on
the top.
the top one, yeah, and then I get income, which is 5 money,
You have 5 money.
and a contact card. That gets me a contact card. Bugger.
You can choose to put the contact card in the box
3, 4, 5.
out the game.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
You
Three, four,
have
five
to
in front
take
of you,
one.
in front of you, in front of you,
Down a
in
bit,
front
down a
of
bit,
you,
left a bit,
in
right,
front
up
of
a
you.
bit. So yeah, you can take a contact card. You have to take one, but you may just put it back in the box.
You can bid it.
Or you can overwrite one of your existing ones.
And gain 1 notoriety.
Yeah.
Well, maybe the thing to do is to do something else that gets me notoriety to get that thing. So, what can I do that gets me notoriety? I could go somewhere. Or I could.
You go
If I-
somewhere
if I
where
go to
someone
gang,
else is.
Um,
The game doesn't give you notoriety when you go there.
What you want is
No.
you want to unlock an
Again-
asset tile, don't you?
yeah, to gain notoriety, what can I do?
Why do you want to gain that?
Well, you
So
want-
that I can go up
Oh,
there.
right.
How to gain notoriety.
Well, you
Use
want
a
to go
card from the
somewhere.
star,
You want to go somewhere to unlock
Place a
one
card
of
on a
these.
tile, go to a
That's
hospital,
right, yes.
or
So,
go to an occupied
can you
building.
say that again, please, Paul?
It's on your thing.
Yeah, how to gain a notoriety is listed there. It's
Right.
4 possible ways of gaining notoriety.
Otherwise, you could look at what you
Place
can do
card.
to unlock an asset, which is what you're trying to do.
Ah, hold on. You will unlock an asset because you're in all 3 buildings.
So I could use
Yes.
that.
You can use that
unlock.
to unlock an asset and
reduce notoriety.
reduce notoriety.
So can I do that before?
I don't think so.
That's a bonus after.
I think that's a
you've got
bonus
it.
answer,
yeah.
but I'm going to add a note in there to say when exactly does this happen.
Yes, because it would be after when you do that action first, and then it would come.
Because
down.
if I've got no space to put the thing, don't really want to gain a contact card. I want to find another way to gain notoriety.
Okay, so you're not going there.
No.
Okay.
So take back the wound. So I could gain a notoriety by going somewhere where somebody else is already. Or the hospital.
There isn't anyone else. You'd have to.
You started here. Put you back to that.
Oh, so you could go there. Oh, but you've already been there, so you can't go back there.
Oh no, sorry.
I think I was here.
Sorry, that's where you were.
Yeah,
Yes,
here.
sorry.
Yes.
You were there.
So there isn't anywhere occupied.
The exit card, is that minus at the end or the... Have a look. X. Yeah, in a 5-player game, for the 5th player out,
10k.
10k more, 10k less, 10k pay.
You have to pay
to
to
get
get
out.
out.
You have to pay.
Pay after
Yeah.
leaving
Yes.
cash in hand to escape.
Yes. Oh, and when you exit the city, you have to avoid the cops that are on that tile because you are leaving that tile.
You might get shot. She might escape and die.
You get a win.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Again.
handcuffs.
Graham escaped for 3 rounds and still won the game.
Okay.
So go to level 1. Get a key. So I go to that one instead. 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
Because you've got to avoid that cop.
You don't have to do it.
I don't get to go this
It's
way.
1, 2, 3.
2, yeah.
Touching that one,
So
isn't it?
then
Yeah.
I've got the red and black ones to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I flip that one to avoid the red, take a win from the black.
Yeah.
Now
End
I
up
do
in safe
the
house
safe
number 1.
house. Safe house gets me a key.
There are no keys.
There are no keys. You lose a notoriety,
Okay.
Negative notoriety.
and then you put a cube in. Well, for there it's you. For you it's there.
So we took all the keys, didn't they? So selfish.
Well,
Not necessarily, it could be.
Yeah.
Because I'm
Out
the
of
4th
those
person to
3,
get there.
Only one.
Only
Of
one
course,
is
yeah,
income,
sorry.
so you
yeah,
know
yeah.
And I can buy stuff from the fixer.
you get that if you want to. You can spend 1 for that tile,
Which.
which would then have to overwrite your other
But that
fixer
would,
tile.
if you put over it that,
If
it would
it
give
gave
you
you
no
a
time, but
notoriety,
you've already,
notoriety,
but
yeah.
you just
I've lost one.
lose one.
Yeah,
So it's orange to go.
yeah, I wouldn't bother.
Go on.
I didn't know what I was doing. Yeah, so I'm playing 4. May I have 1 change, please?
I was hoping you'd get them out of the way, actually.
Sorry.
It's very selfish.
Flipping that over. Going over here.
At the end of my action, I can either take an extra
How did you avoid
action
them? You spent some.
disc
I
or
Yeah,
unlock a
you do your-
thing.
I did
That's fine.
Yes.
So I'll unlock a
that onto
Yeah.
and
well,
use a
wherever it
notoriety.
Have a nice shiny key.
And there's a
Notoriety.
notoriety, you're right.
I don't want the
So
helicopter thing.
avoid all police here.
And that's me.
So,
Oh, hold on. I've done that. I will take 5 money.
Shiny pennies.
And unlock an asset.
And I'm looking at it. And I'll take. You can go.
I have got the key here,
You have a master key.
but I've only got 3, 4, 5. So I could unlock a black one.
Mhm.
Yes.
6. Also the green ones. The green ones look quite good. That's only one.
Yeah, there's only one of 90.
But if I buy equipment, I can't actually use it, which is rubbish. So I don't want to do that. I need to put some stuff out.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to.
So, yeah, that's rubbish as well. So I'm going to stay where I am. So brevity.
That's not you.
That was so black. So I go in
You
there.
know, we thought one of us might be a cop.
Yeah, hidden identity.
The one that moved the SWAT team.
So I'm going to take that cube from there and put it on 3, and that goes just there.
Yep.
I'm sure something else happens, but I can't remember.
Your notoriety can. You lose a notoriety when you go to
I
a
lose
safe
the
house.
notoriety, I go to safe
James'
house.
brown key. Oh, it's on the 3, wasn't it? There's no key for you.
That's when you've
We do that. I can
So I
buy this
managed
if
to
I wish
unlock
to.
one of
but I
these
don't want
without gaining a notoriety
Done.
by doing
Yeah.
3
Yeah.
businesses.
Okay.
No, but you didn't do that.
It's blue to go.
Blue.
Ah, so I shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
You. Oh, but you will unlock it because you gained 1 notoriety, wasn't it? I hope you're not going to.
I'm not
No.
going to.
He's actually going to lose one.
Well,
So
he's
I
going to.
haven't
He's
done
been
three,
balanced.
I haven't 3
so-
businesses of the same colour.
We're not halfway through yet, are we?
Yeah, we're over halfway through.
So
We're just hitting halfway
We're nearly halfway through.
I'm going to go
The
1
first hour was.
through.
2
Our brains are on the game.
to that. I am going to spend 4. So that's 3 and a 1. Let's do that. So spend 4 to use that tile to avoid those cops on the tile I'm leaving. And I'm now in bar, so I'm going to take one of them. That is going to go on this side of the casino, so that's going to go on there. I've visited all of those, so do I want that?
It gets very congested with cops after a while, doesn't it? You want to traverse from one side to another, you get smashed.
And this is the version
So
where
I'm
it
going to
was
take one of
easy.
those.
Yes. Because of what
Okay,
came out
yeah,
at the start.
of course,
I'm taking that.
I'm looking for
decisions.
With the old helicopter.
Ah, right. Well, jet skis.
Yeah, so I have to do that first.
Oh, you purple. Yeah, you see, if you went, oh, you green.
Right.
Take
I thought I'd go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the jet skis. But I've got to get rid of those and those. Four I've got to deal with. So that will get rid of all of them, wouldn't it?
It will avoid all the cops on one time.
On one tile. The jet ski, would that only count for one
That
space? Can you
No.
that
Well-
go if you use jet ski?
Don't know. I'll ask. What's this?
Getting rid of it.
Okay.
Because I said, really, you'd have thought I'd abandon the jet ski there, I wouldn't carry it with you here. Unless he rags me.
And I now get the thing at the bottom. Do I want to
Yes.
the extra action, or do I want to look at another piece of kit? Yeah, so
Brown
it's
key's not
unlocked
much
that.
good to me, is it? I've got no notoriety.
Let's do that.
These went super quick. Everybody was going to the safe houses.
Yeah, they did.
He did say the game has a massive amount of replayability just because the order in which they come out changes,
Yeah, I can see
changes
that.
the dynamics and what people do.
Now we're now probably like, oh, I should have gone to the safe house now rather than on the first
Yeah,
day.
well, going on the first day is useless anyway because like, you don't.
Yeah.
It's not really much benefit, is it?
It's going to be a Kickstarter.
You've done.
So I think that these
Yes, I'm done.
should be a Kickstarter upgrade, but in metal.
Move it down on the track.
Because this
Yes.
is
one.
Yep.
Yes.
one of the very first times the game was
Okay,
played.
so yellow, no change. Green,
No change.
yep. Orange,
No,
you
nothing.
bounce.
Yeah,
Purple,
yeah.
Down one.
Yep, so purple can now go back over the line, losing the value.
Oh wow.
No change.
No change. Okay, the evening of the second day.
Evening.
Right, I will.
So the,
Okay, I
it
believe
doesn't
this
actually use the
works.
entire board either. I didn't realise that.
No.
No.
I'll take a risk here. I'll blow the snitch to pop the blue.
This one?
Yep. I'll move to that location. Actually, yeah.
So 1.
Yep. Moving, sort of just. Oh, 1 second. Just moving out of there. Can we use the helipod during our move?
Yes.
Because then I want to activate that when I reach this zone to jump to the exit location there.
You don't actually need to do that because this is all linked.
Yeah, we'll have to move through to a red and a black if I do it that way.
Fair enough.
So you're going to here.
Yep,
You're then flipping that to do this ability
yep.
to then go from there
To
to there.
Yep.
Yep.
Right.
Which
So you
means
don't go through here.
I go through there.
Yeah.
I get hit twice, so I then
Because of
pop
these
that
two.
to reduce that down by 1.
Yeah. And you are at the exit, so you can either take income or take one of those tunnels.
Did you pay for
This is
snitch?
number.
And an upgrade.
Oh yeah, it was 1. Yep, I pay 1 to do the snitch. So I get to draw a number of equal number of contacts I have.
Yep. So you get two tiles and
Yep.
choose one.
Once I can give it a shovel.
Has anybody taken one from there before?
No.
And then I get a contact.
You get a contact back. So you could have put that there if you wanted to.
Could have placed it, but it would that raise
That
my
would increase
notoriety?
your notoriety.
That's fine, I can always replace one later. I know one of them, so we've got. Is that a medipack? That's a helicopter movement, isn't it? Or is that a move?
Move
Move
to
to
the
the
hospital.
So
hospital.
it's a free movement?
As your movement for the turn.
The entire movement for the turn?
Yeah.
But it's moved from anywhere on the board to the hospital.
Yeah. But then
So then you have to use the hospital.
So I think I will take the ride.
It's all BGG.
Yeah, I think so.
Ride and black cop.
Escape plan is called.
Yeah, because I read the description. So
It's well known that it's coming out this
Yeah.
year.
Ah, there we go.
I knew about this 3 years ago.
Okay, green.
Yes. And no extra action token for you this round.
No. I'm misjudged by a turn, so.
If I went there, I would gain notoriety because someone else is there, which
Yeah.
would put me over the thing, which
gets
would
you a
mean I
thing.
could unlock that, which means
But
I
it
could
wouldn't-
get a contact card.
Yes.
Yes, but
In the notoriety step.
in the notoriety step, that will change.
Ah, yes.
Because you're
so
going to do
it's,
this little mini game first.
so
So
yes,
it's not going to unlock now,
right. Yeah,
is what we're saying.
yeah.
If you want to, you can get to the clinic, then you can unlock one of those. and also heal the wound, and also get a contact card.
Yeah, I'll do that.
You roll T or roll S?
I'm not T.
Moving.
Turner.
1, 2, 3.
Mm-hmm.
And I've got a red
First
and black.
B.
Thank you.
So
So we've got Rob T and Rob S, yeah?
Yeah. And then we've got C.
pay 4.
C.
I'm Rob T, he's Rob C.
Oops.
It's C, isn't it, Rob?
Yes, it is. I pay 4 money
Goody
to flip
I was gonna say,
that
I'll
to
just
avoid
add-
the red
I'll
one.
just add this play from one of you two guys. BGG.
Would help if I put myself in.
And
Not.
Mark
I'll
G.
take a wound from the other guy,
Give us.
and then I do the clinic thing, which is heal 1 wound.
Yep. Unlock an asset.
Flipping these over is
So-
good, isn't it? Because
They're
Yes,
10
it's
each.
At the end of the game.
Yeah, but
You may not do
Flip
them
that one.
over just cause.
okay.
You have to use the ability.
And then take a contact card.
And then orange.
1, 2, 3. And gain notoriety. I will take one of these, so I get 2 to choose from, don't I?
it's 2 zeros, 2 80s, and 1 10.
And a contact card.
After.
So you get an idea, okay. Are you?
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm gonna go. I'm purple. 1, 2. I have to
These ones
avoid the
do get
cops.
Remove the cop.
I'm going to use that, which costs
Does
me
the
3.
medivac just go to the hospital,
Yes.
or does it go to the clinic
Yes,
as well?
just the
No,
hospital.
just the hospital.
Yeah.
There's 3 to use that. And I'm going to go to the safe house. I'm going to put that just there. And so I get money,
5.
5.
Lose 1 notoriety.
Lose 1 notoriety, but I've also done all this now. Oh, I get the key.
Yeah. Yeah, so then after you've done all of that, you do one of these 2
You may
things.
take a bonus action, or
So bonus actions get in one of these, or I get.
An asset tile and money.
That's what I want. I want an asset tile and
So
money.
you want another 5 money?
Is it okay if I pay for that?
Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, yes, the action. Extraction.
Okay.
Oh, is this cumulative, or is that you get the highest?
You get the highest.
right now you're on 30.
So you're done.
Me, yes.
And you.
You haven't got to use our second thing yet, then.
You didn't want to use your.
Not well. I'm going to use it in a
Say
minute.
it's
I
a
think.
33. Well, you've got to use it now.
I'd have to use it on this turn.
This is evening, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, in which case then I think I'll use it and then use that to flip everything over.
Okay.
Can I do that?
Yeah. So you have to
You've
pay
got-
4 for that fixer
4 for the fixer, to
to flip it over and get.
flip over
That.
and get one of those.
And then
I use
you've already
this.
paid for that, so you flip that over
Yeah. So flip that
to
over.
get all your equipment back.
So this comes
Yeah,
back.
everything.
No, not that.
No, not that one. These come back.
Those come back. Yeah.
And this comes back.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. And since this is the second day, you can now blow the fixer again, so you've got 2.
Yeah, if you wanted to,
You
you
can.
could do it again.
Yeah, I may as well, haven't I?
Okay.
Yeah.
Based on what's going to happen, you don't want to take bonus actions in turn 3,
Yeah.
because they're going to be closing in, but that now gives you 2
Yeah.
actions back to back.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
That's a pretty nice one.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Well, that in combination with that,
Okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was
those
quite
two are
good.
very
I'm
nice.
going to go 1, 2, 3 to save house number 1.
So escape the red cop.
Yeah, I can move him, but I can't move him anywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to take a wound. Which is not idea.
So, to get shot.
I'm going to pay 5 to you get to that, because I didn't do that last round.
That was a silly move, really.
And I do the safe housey thing. So one of those goes on the there. I don't get a key because I've done that. What else do I get? Go down one notoriety.
Cool. So all business.
It's a different one than what happened on Wednesday. Therefore, I haven't lost the card from Wednesday.
Good.
I've lost
It's just
Another card.
another card
Somewhere.
from somewhere.
So I don't even know what that's going to say.
This.
That's going to be
is
under
either
the
a 2 or a
Oh, I
3.
see. Okay.
Yeah.
So we're going to go with 2 or 3.
yes, either that exit or exit 3 is going to be the one we need to
Okay.
escape
Right.
Yes, I think I am done. Yes.
So, notoriety.
So we have to end up
Okay,
on there. in 2
yellow,
or 3 at some
nothing.
stage.
from. Green, nothing.
Nothing.
Me.
Orange.
Up.
Pink. Down.
Pink goes down.
Blue.
Wow. Goes down.
Yep.
Okay.
Right.
Night time.
Okay. Yellow has to pass. Green,
Green
has
has
to
to
pass. Orange.
They take a
Nice.
turn.
Yeah.
All of these games have
Should have done that key.
very limited actions.
Yeah.
But ways of getting extra ones. And in this, it's done, I think, in a clever way. I quite like the way that the extra actions are done in this game. In Vinyos, how do you get extra actions in Vinyos?
You paid for them, I think. I think it's the wine shipping, if I can remember. It's been so long.
No, I don't think you do get extra. You don't get extra actions. You
Yes.
get to use the benefits of the magnates,
Yeah.
which have abilities that are almost the same as actions,
Yeah.
and therefore that's
That's
kind of
it.
extra actions.
That's how you get them.
Lisboa has the follow thing, but this is straight outright.
That's in the way.
You get extra actions.
Everything sucks.
Are those the actual discs from the real game?
These, nothing's from the real game.
Right.
This is all prototype components,
Well, it's all prototype components,
but not.
but the artwork is 99% done. I might get him to swap those two round.
Obviously, they've
If I
got to
remember.
get rid of that beer mark that's on there.
No, that's staying on.
My little joke, Paul.
But yeah, it's pretty much. Oh, that should be a 2. There's a number 2 missing there.
Okay, I did see that. I went, oh, that's
Yeah.
free. That's cool.
No, it's 2. But these are from a different game. All of the wooden bits he didn't send me. So there's bits from Founders of Gloomhaven, bits from Keyflower, bits from Dungeon Lords, bits from Adrenaline Prototype, cubes from Founders, gas tanks from 51st State, that from Dominant
Expensive. If
Species.
you're doing it, spend your token.
I could tell whether the.
I don't even know if I'm doing. Well, I'm going to have to do it.
It's do it now or
Yeah.
don't do it at all.
That's true, yeah.
I assume you painted these, Paul?
Yeah.
So I think like
So yeah, I want to increase my notoriety, and I want to draw
I'm going to go there.
those people.
Use.
So you have to go to a business location where somebody else is,
And so that there.
and that will do. That will do that.
So that
If you go to
do it, does it?
Yeah, if you go to the clinic, someone is there.
Somebody is there, so you know to write on
You
your
will
book
know to
and get a
write
card. So yeah,
Where on?
nobody's used gas tank yet. Have they? That's not interesting.
Oh,
I use
Did
one.
you?
Yeah,
Okay.
I use one. I use one to go from here to the restaurant
Oh right,
because
you
I
did the full-
was here and I wanted to get to there,
Yeah.
and I still couldn't get
It's
there.
interesting. Depends where exit 3. It depends who's going to place exit 3 and where it's going to go,
Yeah.
and then
Which
what
one?
this
Which
is. Because
one?
right now it's like
Oh no, we'll know.
We'll know which one.
You'll
that
know
one
before you
is
place it,
Before we
yeah.
place
Yes,
it,
yeah.
So
but
whoever
right
is,
now you don't know.
whoever is then first player is
Have you been?
Potentially.
potentially going to have the advantage
Yeah.
1, 2,
I seem to
3.
interest-
So I want to bid
of
up
getting
by
out.
2
So you're having a go?
people. Yeah, I am. But I just bid up by 2 people. The first one I can get from.
You can go to the clinic and get one.
I'm going to go there. I'm going to pay 2 to move him. No, I can't
Didn't you just go
Move
there?
them there.
Yeah. I can move them there, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you just go there?
No, I was trying to think of what I was doing.
Oh, okay. But when you go there, you do something as part of the movement step.
I thought I had to...
No, when you move there, you then jump somewhere
Okay.
2 X's away.
Subway and the helicopter locations are
Okay.
different. You can legally end your move on one if you want to, but it's quite inefficient.
Okay, yeah. I thought I had to anyway. I didn't realise I could go somewhere else.
Where are you trying to go?
I'm trying to get to this side of the board. That's too far away.
You only got here, haven't
So
you?
where did you start?
Right here.
Here. So it's 1, 2, 3.
3, yeah. And then you
That would end. Yeah. Would end
So yeah, you could end
there.
there.
I'm going to end there because
You could end
there'll
there,
be new tiles out next
you
time. and
effectively
it'll be-
sort of
yeah,
missed the turn.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I am going to go here.
And where were you?
I was
Okay,
here.
so you
One,
have to avoid any
two.
stops.
Yeah.
And I get to
Gain 1 notoriety.
gain 1 charge, which is great.
Heal a wound.
Don't need to heal a wound.
Take a contact card.
Take a contact card.
And unlock an asset token.
What does this mean? This kills a policeman?
No, that's
A gang member.
Gang member, yeah. So you
You do a
it's
gang
just like
reaction.
yeah.
I think this will be useful at the end. And it was like, oh, no, unlock an asset token.
Yeah.
So unlock this asset token. I don't want a red one or I want a black one, I think. It's better for me.
So either of them will let you can play for free. And move the black card around.
Okay. So
Okay.
still got 1 go left to
Yeah,
fill.
so hang on. So notoriety.
Hang on, I've got.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend that. And I am going to spend 3 to use both my contacts, which is move red and black policemen. So they are going to go to there and there.
Yeah. I see.
So 1.
Poor one, I went there. Was this? Oh, take a lot.
Okay, so yeah, as I said at the start, the video unfortunately cut out at that point. We didn't realise. We carried on playing for approximately about another 30 to 45 minutes, I think. So we got into day 3 and it all got very exciting. Ian left the city right at the start of day 3, which basically increases the cost for everybody else. So, you know, there's a lot of excitement in the game anyway, but as soon as one person leaves, it's like, right, suddenly everybody else has to leave and the timing is absolutely essential. So then Rob managed to leave next, and then I think Mark left. And it got to the situation where Josh was not able to leave. So if you can't leave the city, because Josh didn't have enough physical cash in his duffel bag to be able to leave the city, he's eliminated from the game. And then Robert left right at the very last moment. The points were added up. I think Rob Turner won with 644, which is a very high score. I think players enjoyed it. But anyway, so yeah, really sorry that I didn't manage to get the last part of the game in, but that's a quick summary of what happened. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video if you've watched it, and it's given you a little bit of an insight into the part of the process that I do when I'm testing rulebooks. Now, obviously in this video I did help them out a little bit because I was concerned about the time. Sometimes I keep absolutely quiet and just let people learn from the rulebook and only point out when they make a mistake. But anyway, hope you found the video useful. I might do another one some other time. Until next time, take care and thanks for watching.